What up, good people? It's your boy. My name is Doofy, and I'm joined with two spectacular co-hosts on this all-new, brand-new, super exciting podcast called Very Original, The Big Three. Would you like to introduce yourself, fellas?
Hey guys, my name is Doofy.
And
I'm Doofy.
And joining us is Doofy. Well, no, my name is Doofy. His name is My Name is Doofy, and then his name is also Doofy. So
I'm Doofy too.
No, Crash's name is named Doofy.
no, Doofy's name is named Doofy. You mean?
Yes.
By the way,
Yes.
don't get it twisted. Anyways, this is just a thing that we're gonna do where we talk for a long, extended period of time about whatever we're feeling. Today, though, as per every podcast ever, you have to start by setting out the groundwork, the basics. Who are we? What do we like? And so we've got this wonderful list of 3x3s we'd like to share with you and discuss with one another. And the order of such 3x3s will be protagonists, antagonists. Let's just dive right into it. For Never News! Okay.
Very nice a radio voice you have.
Thanks. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not.
No.
I don't know. Now I especially don't know now if you're being sarcastic or not.
No, I'm for real.
Are you FR or are you
really
on
good.
G? Are you FR or are you on G?
I'm on G.
You're okay.
I'm on GFR. No
You're
cap,
on G? No capping on the gang.
I'm
Are you
dead
sure
ass.
you know
I'm dead
Captain?
ass.
Kinda sus, not gonna lie.
Okay, I'm dying. Somebody please take over. We need somebody to start with the protags. Who wants to go first?
I think firstly, Crash should actually properly introduce himself, and I should actually properly introduce.
Oh, I forgot. I thought we were just going with the Doofy podcast.
Yeah,
The big three:
The
Naruto,
big three.
Naruto, and Naruto.
The
Bro, the big three
Doofies.
is Doofy, and Doofy.
Right.
Yeah, it's Luffy, Doofy, and Naruto.
Naruto. Oh, by the way, the inspiration for the name is that each of us love one of the big three respectively, and I'll let you
Yeah.
guys guess who is who.
Yeah,
I'm Naruto, obviously.
On One Piece.
of course. Yeah, I'm
The other one.
yeah. Me and Roboco.
Yeah.
Little one of the big three.
You're Dragon Ball. You're Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Okay, who are you guys actually? Who am I talking to here?
Yeah. Okay, so I am Crash, Manga Crash. That's the name of my channel where I talk about manga and I don't watch anime. That's mostly what I do with my life. Yeah.
Can confirm. That's what he does.
I am the POXAL.
As opposed to a Poxal?
Yeah, I am the POXAL.
Okay.
The Emperor Pencil.
The Emperor POXAL.
My
I
siege.
post on Twitter sometimes and post once a decade on YouTube. Yeah.
It's a good rate.
I've been getting more frequent, I think. I saw your schedule for this month and it was like a year worth of videos, so I don't know how you're gonna do
Yeah.
that.
That's the amount of videos I've uploaded this year so far in 1 month. That's
Yeah.
the goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, protagonists, folks. You want to start with mine since
yeah.
it's already in the chat, and I really want to talk about my favorite protagonists.
All right. Let's get on it.
Okay.
Oh,
The
I was
first
so
one-
expecting this first one. I was so
Yeah.
expecting
So
that.
this is the most iconic, I think, Doofy core protagonist list. Because the first one's Yugioh, and we can all agree that he's objectively the best main character ever. And
Yeah.
I'm not straight up. I think so many people think it's either a joke or I'm just being nostalgic about him. But I've rewatched GX in sub, and this is an FR moment. I can guarantee you Yugioh is by far my favorite protagonist of all time, because the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh is almost universally written off as a kids show. Not the Duel Monsters manga, that's usually fairly respected, but GX anime onwards, it's nah, it's just for kids. But the amount of development and how subtle it is and thorough and continual from season 1 of goofy ass Jade and Yuki. I like watching the dub for the first season because you get all those funny, corny 4Kids jokes that just absolutely crack me up, and it really highlights how immature Yugioh is here. But then when you fucking get to the end of season 4 and you're watching it in sub, and he's this dark, mysterious, serious kind of guy, it's the craziest shit ever. The trajectory of his character arc is unmatched. I'm not not even fucking Sasuke, my second favorite character of all time, I think, achieves this kind of development. It's actually nuts. Everyone go watch Yu-Gi-Oh! GX right now.
Low key, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! GX has to be like one of the most underrated shows of all time. Like,
I agree.
unironically.
I absolutely
People do
agree.
write, yeah, they write it off as a kids show. You watch Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, that shit is not a kids show. Like,
I've only played the DS video game of EX. I never saw the anime because I saw Yu-Gi-Oh! The original when I was a kid, and then I never I kind of moved away from even the card game. Kind of moved away after I got into high school because I got bullied.
I think
I didn't get bullied for watching Yu-Gi-Oh! I got bullied like people would steal my cards so they could build better decks.
Holy shit.
Yu-Gi-Oh! In real life?
You guys are hard up. Damn. It's not that serious.
I had a friend, which he was like the best player in the school, and he would never lose. Almost never lose. But when he loses, he did the Kaiba thing where I think Duel Masters actually did it more, where he jumped out of the place and throw it on the floor, started screaming.
Oh, I love that.
I would just take his deck and run at that point.
I'd be scared of him, bro. He might pull a Kaiba where he stands up on top of the ledge of a building. He's like, all right, attack me, Yugi. If you do, the wind's gonna knock me down and I'm gonna fucking die. I feel like that's the kind of energy I'm getting from this guy. He's like, oh, you're gonna beat me, huh? Just steps on the rail.
Yeah.
But yeah, your situation sounds like you were friends with a Weevil Underwood. Weevil Underwood went to your school and he was taking your cards.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking A. Anyways, that's my bit on Judai Yuki from a famed series Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Next to him is Sei Honda from Barakamon. Again, I've only seen the anime for Barakamon, by the way. I really should read the manga. But I just think he's a remarkably relatable guy. He's his profession's calligraphy. At the very beginning of the show, he's at this exhibition. The curator is looking at his piece, and he's kind of mid. And so Sei Honda just fucking smacks him across the jaw, and it's quite the introduction. But then what he does is he goes away to this little island to try and collect himself, make a better piece. You get to see this nice little development of him opening up with this wow, I gotta watch how I phrase that. Opening up with this younger girl who helps. Sorry, that's not a good way to frame it, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I haven't seen it, so I don't.
Okay, well, he develops this friendship
really
with
wholesome.
a younger girl. It's very wholesome, genuinely.
It's
I feel like
a parents situation.
Exactly.
She doesn't have a dad.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Crash coming in
I've
clutch
heard
here.
of it, yeah.
And it's really nice because by the end of it, he does really produce this beautiful piece after going through this series of developments. And it doesn't win, but this time he's okay with not winning. He's kind of, and I just love that, finally being at peace with yourself and not needing that external validation. So that's Sei Honda. I just relate to him so much. So that's why I'm
I really like his growth, from learning to love the people in the village. Because I remember when he gets there, he absolutely hates being in that place and everyone, and then at the end, it's very nice.
Yeah, very wholesome. I
did enjoy Barakamon.
Did you watch the anime?
I've read the manga.
Ooh, I really want to read the manga.
And I want to check out the spin-off, which is about him in high school, apparently.
Yeah, Honda-chan or something. I don't know what it's called. Apparently it's not as good.
Drop One Piece and read the manga.
True. Real friends.
How long it takes me to read One Piece in each week is 15 minutes.
It should only
Or
be
10.
a minute. How can you last more than a minute reading that mid?
True.
Bleach took me a minute or two to read weekly.
Yeah, absolutely. Bleach is one of those manga for sure. One Piece.
Bleach can be sped read really easily.
Yeah.
Wish I could say the same for One Piece.
Words on its page.
I mean,
One Piece
pre-time
is
skip
so
was nice. Pre-time skip was fine. I thought I could get through volumes of that quite quickly. I hate that post-time skip, man. And my fucking my binge, I got burnt out so quickly because it's it's almost Togashi level dialogue. You know what I mean? So.
And then also, I feel like it's a lot harder to figure out what's going on in Oda's artwork post-time skip than pre.
Yeah.
So I feel like post-time skip it's so much harder to read chapters. Oh my gosh, we already got off rail.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm bro, it hasn't even been 10 minutes yet, and we're already ranting about how shitty One Piece is. Totally off topic.
One Piece is the best thing ever, though.
True.
You see, Crash is an infinite loop of saying the opposite of what he means.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna speed through this a little fast. So next is Akira Takizawa from Eden the East. My man Poxal here can finally give me a round of applause. He's seen Eden the East. Yeah, there we go. Again, I just think he's like a fun, relatable guy. Like, protagonists, the things I value usually is like if I can see some quality of myself in them, and I like to see how that plays out on screen. And I think Takizawa's kind of got like this this clueless charisma about him that I see in myself sometimes, and I'm like, I kind of like to see how his weird situation, plus the interesting concept of the show, plays out with that kind of clueless charisma. So
I love his opening scene where he just like in the middle of nowhere, naked.
Yeah. Like, no, it's even better. He's in front of the White House, naked with a gun and a phone.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy like first appearance.
Like, I was so confused watching that first episode, but like it made me just love him as a character.
Yeah,
like,
but yeah,
he's such a fun character.
Yeah, that's Taki. And also, I don't normally care about like relationships so much in a lot of like anime and manga, but his relationship with Saki I found to be really cute, and so it's one of my favorite ships. So just throwing it out there.
10 out of 10 ship.
Agreed.
I still need to see the movies.
Yeah, bro, like they're canon. Like you don't actually know the real ending of Eden the East yet. You never watched the 2 films. Damn, craziness. Okay, next we got Himura Kenshin, who is probably my favorite weekly Shonen Jump protag because of how much I think he's unique amongst a lot of protags, because a lot of the times we get like a coming of age story, like Naruto, the social outcast boy who learns to mature and become the leader of the village. You get a lot of that stuff in Weekly Shonen Jump, but what I like about Himura is that he's already like mature by the beginning of the series, and so the development we see across the manga is of a different kind, because it's not like he's learning new life lessons, it's just like he's learning to process his past, as that like both mentally haunts him, but also like physically is reappearing. And I just think it's so well done, especially in the fucking I think it's the Jinchu arc, the final arc. The arc that is so neglected, because most people like just know the Kyoto arc. But the Jinchu arc is like peak fucking like writing. God damn, that shit's... sorry, God. I just turned on Twitter mode and I'm just starting to throw around random words. But it's so fucking good. Like, it's the perfect culmination of Kenshin's character arc, because it's literally somebody from his past who had a direct relationship with him. That's kind of like the tension there. Whereas in the Kyoto arc, a lot of people like I think Shishio, but Shishio never had like direct ties to Kenshin in the same way. Sorry, folks. Well, I'm a little I'm interested in what's going on there, but I'll ignore it for now. Yeah, Shishio's just angry about how times have changed, but not directly at Kenshin. Kenshin just is combating it. So it's like an ideological kind of fight. But with fucking in the Jinchu arc, bro, like it's personal. Like, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's great. Anyways, read Rurouni Kenshin. It's excellent.
I should.
I know you haven't.
Don't buy the manga. Just read it.
Yeah, just read it.
Yeah,
or get it off eBay like I did, so I don't have to worry about my funds.
Buy it used.
Yes, we don't support the mangaka.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Kenshin. Then there's Hei from Dark in the Black. He's just badass, bro. He cool. He cool. Emo cool. He have mask. Superpowers. He cool. I've said enough. That's all I need to say. Then we have Simone from Gurren Lagann. Again, just another case of, like, I think great development. This is the more, again, classic coming-of-age tale. What I like about Simone, though, is that I think initially, like, it's his withdrawnness and his kind of shelteredness, and how he comes out of that through Kamina, and then we get to see him more or less become like a more mature Kamina almost in the end. I don't want to just say Kamina. Kamina, you know, I want to give Simone a little originality, but I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw the new design, I'm like, damn, bro, it's not that serious. But no, I love Simone. That's
yeah, he has a really fun personality.
Yeah. He's given some great fucking speeches, bro. Man, how many times have I rewatched Gurren Lagann episode 27 just because of like his little speech when he's fighting the anti-spirals. I'm literally get like chills just thinking of it right now. Anyways, we must move on, men, because this is only the first of our first of six 3x3s to go through. So we must move. Then we got Ryoko Matoi from Kill la Kill. She cool, she badass, she cool. I don't listen. If you wanted a video,
sword and boob.
She has scissors. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Get
sorry.
Scissor blade, technically. I don't know. Do you want me to?
Philosophy of nudity.
Bro, do you want me to give like the 20-minute breakdown about how Kill la Kill is a critique of fan service? Because I'm willing to do it, and how it pushes social norms through its representation of male fan service as well.
Kill la Kill is genius. Because it's philosophy.
I've watched the first episode and then dropped it.
Well, we're gonna drop you, Crash.
Yeah, we don't accept Kill la Kill slander. I will say that my first time watching Kill la Kill, I also didn't like it.
To be fair, like actually same. Like Kill la Kill took time to grow on me. Yeah. But it was amazing. Yeah. We can just skip the next one because nobody cares.
Honestly, like people like to give me shit for it, but like Naruto isn't even in my top 10 favorite Naruto characters. I just felt like I had to put him on there. 'Cause, I mean, he's a cool character. He's a cool guy, but like there are just so many other cooler characters in his show. Like, you know what I mean? Anyways, Naruto Uzumaki, ladies and gentlemen. Then we have Alan Walker.
Believe it.
I believe it. I believe that Alan Walker is the last person on this list, and I'm tired. I don't want to say anything else about Alan Walker. He's cool.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, catch up. Oh, that's right. It's on hiatus. Well, no, it's not on hiatus. It's like
I should catch up.
It's on a irregular schedule. It's quarterly.
For me to catch up, I needed to like start from the very beginning because the only thing I remember was visuals cool, and villain is fat.
Villain is fat.
There's a girl that has a purple face.
I don't even know what Alan Walker's from.
Oh, D. Gray Man.
Oh, okay.
D's Nuts Man, also known as. It is a terrific series. It really is. Crash, you got to like one of the best arcs in it, but like you ain't even. I'll put it to you this way. Famous saying. You're at the peak of the mountain, but you're not even halfway there. Just think about it. Just think about it.
That image of the guy like stopping to dig out right before the diamonds or whatever.
Or even like what I would say is like you just found a pocket of diamonds and then you thought it was over, but then you dug again and there were like 3 times as many diamonds. Because bro, the search for Alan Walker is like also. I hate fucking doing like top 10 arcs or whatever because so many manga just don't break into arcs. Yeah. But if I were to, like, I think D. Grayman could easily have like 3 arcs in that list because it's just. Anyways, this is Protagonist. Alan Walker is a bad bitch. I rest my case. All right, who's next? You may proceed, Master Crash.
Then let's start with the obvious one for anyone who has seen like 2 of my videos. Eminon, she's like my favorite character. She's the mascot of my channel. And she is from the classic Memories of Eminon, which is a 1-volume series. I don't know, the reason why I like her is just she is this kind of very normal girl, and at the same time she is like, I don't know, like magical. Like she has like there's this supernatural element to her. And I don't know. I just absolutely love it. Yeah.
Sorry, I drank water, went down the wrong hole. I'm absolutely suffering here. Okay, but I can confirm Eminon is all that.
But it's only 1 volume, so doesn't that automatically make it bad?
Makes it even better, in my opinion.
Yeah. Technically, there's 4 volumes.
There's 4?
There's 4 volumes. Yeah, because it's like Memories of Eminon is 1 volume, but then you have I forgot the name.
Isn't one like Wanderer or something?
Yeah, Eminon Wanderer.
Yeah.
Sasure Eminon, yeah, which is for 3 more. 2 of them are available in English, and I believe the 4th one will most likely never be because this is our course. So
sad.
Yeah. There's 4 volumes, and there's like 10 billion novels actually, because this is like an adaptation of the novels. So there's a lot more novels. I think there's like 10.
Oh.
If you want more content, you just need to learn Japanese.
Are they translated at all, or?
No.
You can't.
Actually, the Memories of Eminon short story is translated. Someone like sent me by DM, like, so I have no idea how to get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a translation somewhere available apparently.
A damn
and it's
shame.
pretty short. Like it's It's like a couple of pages long. It's not very long.
Oh. I feel like Imanon's one of those series that would work especially well in like a novel format. Because I just think that, like, for me, there was always the dialogue that stood out in that series, and I just feel like you could probably push it a lot farther, like with narratives and internal monologues with a novel of the same concept.
What I would have liked is a movie of the first volume. I feel like that would be like a really good adaptation, just like this short story.
I agree.
Yeah. Then I have Tatsumi Oga, which is my favorite Shonen Jump character from Beelzebub.
Oh, I didn't realize it was like that. Damn.
Yeah. I love him just because, I don't know, I love stupid characters. It's not because, he has this huge character development or anything like that. No, he is, like, the premise of the story is that he is the most, like, evil guy in his school. Like, he's the most mean. He's like the bully. And that just makes him like completely different from most Shonen Jump characters, because like the whole reason why he's the main character of his manga is because he's not the nice guy, because he's not like an underdog. Everyone in his school is getting beaten by him. Like that, the manga starts with him like a bunch of guys going at him with like weapons and stuff, and he throws them at the river. It's just, and he's just like such a badass, but he's such a badass in such a stupid way. Like, he's not a smart badass. That's why I love him. It's just like, it's fun to read. And Beelzebub, it's a comedy manga, so that for me makes it perfect.
Oh, I didn't realize it was comedy.
Yeah,
I always thought it was like battle shonen.
It's, I wouldn't call it a battle shonen. Yes, it has battle elements and it has fights, but the fights are just, there's this guy who wants to beat Oga, and then Oga punches him in the face. That's it.
Okay.
There's no like, I mean, towards the end, like the final arcs, yes, there's superpowers and evolutions, and the guy he ends up the manga throwing a Kamehameha and everything. But
so it's a ripoff of it's a ripoff of One Punch Man.
No, it's a ripoff of Ayashimon.
Yes, but actually, I do think Beelzebub came before One Punch Man, so One Punch Man is a ripoff here.
So One Punch Man was like, hey, we gotta take this superior manga and turn an entire character that's about that manga.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of it ever in my life.
Never heard of Beelzebub?
No.
Come on.
Man, what are they teaching these kids in school these days, man?
It's not like I haven't seen the old stuff. Like I've seen 400 shows. It's just I haven't read a lot of manga.
Yeah, It has an anime adaptation, just a very short one. It has like 60 episodes.
Yeah, I think like
50, which for a shonen is short. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a lot of good things about the adaptation though.
Oh really?
That's probably why I haven't seen it.
Yeah. But it is really funny. At least the manga is really funny, and it's by the guy who does Arbel Cop and Dolphin, which, if you know Axel, his avatar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same guy. And the main character of that manga is this guy, but adult and a cop. But the personality is basically the same.
Oh, that's cool then.
Yeah. And then moving to Kurosawa.
So Dollars for Sasuke.
He's actually on the first couple of chapters. He's a ripoff of Light. Actually,
interesting.
He's not a ripoff of Light. I'm gonna tell you.
He's a great value Light Yagami Sasuke.
No,
he's got like Sasuke's like post-Timeskip like little collar and like the emo hair. It's what is this from, by the way? Can I guess? Is this Medaka Box?
No. Medaka Box is it's gonna appear on another.
Okay, that was just a random guess in the dark. Who is he?
No. He's the main character of Masturbation Master Kurosawa.
Oh, now it makes sense.
POXAL never heard of it. Clearly.
No, POXAL, trust. It's a highly reputable series.
Yeah.
Unironically.
Sounds very wholesome.
It's not awesome.
Wait, in what magazine did it run?
It didn't. It's a doujinshi.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay.
But it's not an hentai doujinshi. Just before you guys think of, basically, okay. So the character starts in the first like 3-4 chapters, as I say, as a light ripoff. It's not a light ripoff. What he is parodying is the kind of guys who watch Death Note and they believe they're light. Like they're so edgy. Like yeah, I'm the best. Yeah. So
he just like me for real.
Yeah.
Same energy.
That's the kind of guy who he is. He's like super edgy. He believes that everyone is beneath him, and like nobody wants to be his. Actually, there's one guy who wants to be his friend, and nobody else. And he just pushes that guy away because the guy supposedly it's lame and he's way cooler, and you know.
Yeah,
just
so this is Light Yagami plus Sasuke mixed together.
That's exactly what you're describing.
This guy is the guy who watches Death Note and Naruto and wants to base their personality around Light and Sasuke. That's who this guy is at the beginning of the story.
So he like me for real.
Yeah.
Okay, noted.
But then
This guy and Doofy are one and the same.
Yeah.
And it starts like kind of like a comedy, like parodying Death Note, which is why it gotten the nickname of Fap Note, actually.
I love that. That's so funny.
But by the time you reach like chapter 4 or 5, the manga starts like turning, because the manga starts like becoming more about like the bullying that this girl is getting, and that she has a way to kind of blackmail Kurosawa into bullying the girls that were bullying her, but like doing things that if I mention here probably would get this demonetized. Again, it's not hentai or anything like that, but the manga turns a little bit of a dark turn, and then the rest of the manga is kind of him trying to atone for his sins, for the things that he's done, when eventually they discovered that it was him that did all the things. And it's really good. To me, it's probably one of the best stories of coming of age manga, and so probably my favorite character development in a story. It's from this guy, which is why he ranks so high on this list.
Okay. I like coming, so I can see why this would be an appealing.
And there's a lot of coming in this manga.
Yeah, coming and going, of course. The antithetical to that.
Yeah.
I actually did try to read this once, but it wasn't time for me. I knew it wasn't time for me.
Yeah, it's really good. I've read it like 3 times. And the curious thing about this manga is that one of the times that I read, it's real short. It's like 4 volumes. But one of the times that I've read the manga was in a group read with a bunch of people, and there was like very mixed opinions on the manga, but you could tell like that the reason why people dislike this manga was not necessarily because of the quality of this manga, but more so because of how they saw the character. If they believe that at the end of the manga the character had completely like should have been forgiven for what he did or not, and people who believe that he should like the manga, people that believe that he didn't dislike. That was mostly the reason why people would dislike this manga from the conversations that I had with it.
Okay.
Which is really nice because it lets you have a little bit of a personality of the person that read it by having that discussion, which is really nice. But yeah,
this has motivated me to read it a little more, so
you should.
I'll get back to you if I
see
do.
how you feel it. Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
And then for another weird character, Yuko Ichihara, which is from XXolic, which it's, if you guys don't know, it's written by Clamp, which if you guys don't know is the mangaka behind Cardcaptor Sakura.
And
actually,
and the Kokias designs.
And the Kokias designs, yeah. And I love the art style. I don't think it in anime it really translates super well, especially because I think some of like in XXolic, for example, the characters are like huge. Their limbs are gigantic, and in the anime that you can notice that. But in the manga, it feels like very slim and beautiful.
Ah.
Yeah. So basically, this character, she is like a witch who makes wishes come true. But she does it like you have to pay the wish with the same price. It's kind of like that kind of deal. But generally, these kind of characters are like super mysterious and dark and whatever, like, or evil. And this character is not. She's like super fun, super chill. I remember always like there's a character that goes there once that her wish was to stop like being addicted to the internet or something. So she appears on her house, beats the fuck out of her computer, and then steals the bench. Like, this is my payment, and then takes the bench from her house. So yeah,
she looks really edgy.
She looks, yeah, but I don't think she is. She's like very like classy. If you saw like her full design, it's like like those dresses and roses and everywhere, and sitting on a throne. There's a lot of smoke with a pipe, wherever. Yeah, it's like that kind of character. And she's like taller than everyone else because her legs are the size of a house.
Okay.
I like houses.
Yeah. And then Denji, which is I think the most well-known character. Well, not the most. There's like 3. They're well-known. But I think Denji is like one of the most well-known characters of this list. And he just he just likes boobs, man.
Classic guy. Classic kind of guy, you know what I mean? Simple motivations.
Yeah, exactly.
Puts in just enough work to get what he needs.
Yeah.
You gotta respect the man on his grind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of why I like him. I like, for real, I kind of like him because of how he kind of deconstructs like the wishes, exactly like we're talking about. Like, he wants boobs, like compared to Luffy or Naruto or Ichigo. I don't think he has like I want this, but Luffy and Naruto like they want like this big wish, and then Denji is kind of like, no, I want boobs and a toast.
Yeah. And
it just, like, when you read Chainsaw Man, it really does make sense, because without it just feels like we're memeing, and we are memeing.
Yeah.
But it is like, it makes a lot more sense if you read the manga, and there's a really nice message to it.
Yeah.
So read Chainsaw Man if you haven't.
True.
And then do you want to talk about, like, because I put Kamina here and you put Shimon, I always forget about his name.
All I gotta say
and
is
we were talking about him.
Gotta believe in the you that believes in the me. Wait, believe in the me that believes in the you. I drop that line unironically so often, like in real life.
I do too.
I think it's such a banger.
Yeah, it's such a good line.
Yeah.
The 2 lines that I drop the most are believe in the me that believes in you, and believe in the heart of the cards.
Bangers.
From Yugioh.
Bangers. Yeah, there's nothing to say here. Kamina's. I wouldn't have counted him as a protag, but I guess he kind of is.
That was what I was gonna ask, because I put him in here, and then when you were talking about Simon, I was like, well, I guess Simon is the main character, not Kamina.
Yeah.
But then Kamina is like the central character, like the first half. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's difficult. We'll let it pass for now because I like Kamina. So.
He's really cool. That's all I have to say. He's the coolest. Yeah, then we have, I'm gonna just drop one below just so I can also talk about the other big one in my list, which is Guts, because I don't believe I need to talk about Guts too much.
I don't think you should talk about him at all.
Yeah, he's a
seinen character, which automatically makes him bad.
Yeah, all seinen are bad. Exactly. So
yeah, except Guts
and Urin.
Yeah, and Thorfinn.
Yeah.
Except
because I like
the characters.
Well, in my opinion, Vinland Saga is a shonen, so Thorfinn's fine.
It started as a shonen.
True.
So
true.
Yeah. Moved magazines after 3 chapters.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Bro, I'm so glad it moved magazines, because Vinland Saga would not fit inside of a teenager magazine. Oh my gosh, that story gets dark.
Yeah. Especially the whole slave shit.
Yeah,
I'd probably pushing buttons. I don't think Weekly Shonen Jump would like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Shonen Jump anyways. So
yeah.
It might be fine.
It would attack Mahito.
Well, to be fair, I mean,
Mahito's censor.
AOT has some pretty strong parallels to a certain time in Germany.
Yeah, but AOT is mid, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well,
I've read the first 3 volumes, and
it's hard saying it. I mean, it's hard shonen though, so
it's hard shonen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it gets a pass.
Okay.
How do we get here? Guts.
Guts.
Yeah.
Guts. I just said guts.
And then we talked about how seinen as a whole demographic is bad.
Yeah.
And then somehow Thorfinn came up.
Hunter x Hunter's the only good seinen.
Yeah.
And Chainsaw Man, come on.
Yeah.
No, Chainsaw Man's like shoujo. Like, come on, man.
No, it's soft josei. Get it right, guys.
Soft Jose.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure it's light. It's soft seinen. Sorry.
It's light soft.
Yeah, it's
soft. Yeah, it's soft seinen.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Guts. Yeah. I think we've explained why you like him enough.
Yeah. We can move on.
Yeah.
Oren, I just like her because she's dumb. But like, you know, she's that kind of character.
You like a lot of dumb characters.
I love dumb characters. And like, I hate when people, I like this character because he's so smart. Like, I like this character because he's so strong. Yes, when it's Kenpachi. Other than that, like, fuck him. I love dumb characters. Like, they're just, but like, Horan she's like that character where she starts like really dumb and really stupid and like jokey, but then you look at their past and then it all makes sense and it's like a serious story and a serious character. But I feel like most of these cases, it's kind of like characters that are kind of annoying at first, but then when you get all the full context, you're kind of like, oh, I like her now.
Yes.
With Oran, that's not the case. Like, she's fun like from the beginning, and it's just, the rest just extra content to make her character a little bit more to have like more depth. But she's like fun from the beginning. And yeah, that's it. And she's a gamer.
She's just like me. Look, she's just like me for real.
Yeah. She's just like you.
So
she plays Call of Duty. Yeah, she plays Call of Duty every night.
Yeah.
Does she play League of Legends?
Nah, only shooters.
Yeah.
She only plays shooters.
She'd love Valorant.
She's a beta gamer.
Yeah. She's a beta gamer, and she drops memes. Like, if you should read Dead Demons, at least look at some panels like of her and their brother like talking, because her brother is like the Twitter troll.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't go to work because he needs to be on social media.
Your list kills me because I feel like mine is like all super well-known characters, while yours is like all super distinct characters besides like one or two.
Yeah, but like the thing is, that might change when we're gonna be talking about like my manga. I like a lot of like really mainstream manga, but most of the times like protagonists, I really don't like many protagonists, so they end up being like all over the place.
I'm usually more of a side character type of person. A lot of the time.
Yeah,
I approve this message. I like emo side characters. They're my bag.
The emo-er, the better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And talking about emo, I got Kasane from Kasane.
Such an eerie image. God, I don't know what it is.
I've never seen it, but good taste. She's edgy.
She's edgy. She is. This is gonna sound like really weird. She is light done well. She.
You got Poxal fucked up right now.
Yeah.
Good lord. He's like, excuse me?
Crash. So you have great value, Light Yagami, on the top right. And now you have Light done well, so you have Supreme Light in the bottom of the corner.
It's a light diagonal. Denji's like a light fun.
I feel like
soft
a lot
light.
of people are gonna get mad at it. Soft.
This one, like, even if they read the manga, they're probably like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" Because she's nothing like Light. The reason why I think it's because, just like Light is a protagonist, which is also like the villain of the story, and we get to see him like slowly becoming that villain. The same is with Kasane. Like Kasane is a character that starts. I don't know, because I've only read the first 3 chapters. The first 3 volumes, like the first arc. But yeah, supposedly.
She is both protagonist and antagonist.
Yeah. And this character kinda.
Dude, for the record,
when people make that claim.
I'm actually Team Eren as antagonist, by the way. I'm putting that out there. I actually think that season 4 onwards. See, I don't have an answer to that one just yet, but the story follows like the Marlians at that point. You know what I mean? Like it follows like everything in the story is going against Eren. Like, from the narrative perspective, it is absolutely like Eren is the antagonist. Perspective-wise, in the season 4, but I'm not going to say anything.
Spoil me, please.
I won't. No.
But yeah.
I mean, you would have heard this. You would have heard at least
I've
this
heard,
discourse. So I don't think I've said anything too
I've definitely,
revealing.
no. I've definitely heard like, oh, Eren is antagonist kind of arguments. Not sure. Again, not sure why, because I don't have the context. Where I'm at in the story, I'm like, no.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
Other than like, I remember there's like a panel of him like smiling, green, like I'm gonna kill you all, like completely high or something like that.
Oh.
Talking, I believe like talking about the Titans.
Oh, interesting. I
but
kind of forgot about that. Interesting.
Yeah, it's really like first volume or second volume or something like that. I believe that may be foreshadowing for something, but where I'm at, there's absolutely no context. It just feels like, oh, he's talking about the Titans. That's how I took it.
So I'm really glad Eren made it into your top 9. That's really nice of you to put Eren in there.
Yeah.
Like,
We like
but,
Eren.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Kasane, the thing is, she is this like a part theater manga, where she's like super ugly, and she's like very talented. I lost track of what I was gonna say, so I need time to.
She's ugly and talented. She like me for real.
Yeah, she has talent for theater. She's like a really good actress. That's what I wanted to say. But she's like super ugly, which is why nobody wants her. But then she has like this ability of stealing faces.
Wait, is she underage?
Depends. No, I mean, the first chapter she's in middle school, but I feel like.
Oh.
Yeah, but the second chapter she's like full on like 20-something.
Okay.
Oh,
second
that's no
chapter,
issue.
second chapter.
So we're good.
Chapter.
So we good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really like she has to keep stealing like identities because she can steal faces, and that means that for her to keep like acting, she has to like, again, like kidnap people and things like that, just to have this little dream of just being on stage, which is, you kind of like, you understand that she's like doing really evil things. But I also kind of feel for her because everyone else, like when she is not doing that, when she's like trying to do good, everyone else like shits on her. So it's really interesting. And yeah, that's my 3x3.
The second best one so far. If I do say so myself.
The third best one.
Yeah, I mean, you had Guts on there, which took off like 20 points, so.
I'm expecting
You
like.
see what I mean? Mine is like so generic.
Is it? It's just 9 Ichigos. It's just 9 Ichigos.
Yeah, it's 9 Ichigos.
Oh come on! You have 2 of the same series.
I know I do.
Oh, he cheating for real.
They're both so debated as the main protagonist.
Yeah, I get
I'm
that.
surprised Denji's not here.
I like Denji. I do. I just like these 9 more.
Oh, okay.
All right. I guess I should dive into them. I'm gonna go backwards for real. Be
FR?
different, you know? Yeah, for real.
Damn.
For real.
Okay.
So Shinji from Evangelion, he drinks a lot of tea.
Just like
he
you?
likes hospitals. He likes
Possibly like you? Can't confirm nor deny?
No. Anyway, Shinji, I've always really liked him because he goes through like this journey of like. It's tough for me. I think I like Shinji because besides that hospital scene, he just feels like such a human character.
Especially in the hospital scene. No, but like, I'm actually being FR here.
I know what scene you're talking about.
I'm being FR here because I don't know. I mean, I think it's uniquely human, not in the way that this is something that we would commonly do, but like it's just like an absolute collapse of like his morals, and then like an immediate recognition of that. It's like,
he gets
bro,
so
what the
horny
fuck's
that
going
he
on
can't
with
stop
me?
the horn. Yeah.
Oh, that's not. Well, you know, fuck it, whatever. You
Also
know.
looks at me because I have masturbation master as my favorite character.
Crash Shinji confirmed. No, but like he's just a teenager that's maturing through life, and that hostile scene ain't right at all. whatever. That's such a disgusting act, and I think we can all agree to that. But every like scene inside of Evangelion, where when it comes to Shinji's development as a character, is just him going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Him trying to figure out what to make him happy. I love the scenes as he's like so anxious and he's just listening to music and he is trying to tune out life. I love the scenes that just make him feel like this such human character. And as we progress, you'll realize I really do like that human character where it like defines what makes a human being, what makes life valuable. And that's something that Shinji really encompasses throughout the story of Evangelion. But yeah.
He's pretty good at DDR.
Yeah. To the left of Shinji, we have Violet from Violet Evergarden. I really like her journey into figuring out like what love means. Like I haven't seen the movie yet, but I have finished the series, and I don't know. Violet's always been this interesting character because she goes from like this almost lifeless doll to literally a human being. Like Shinji was a human in the middle of a midlife crisis, but Violet felt like a person that wasn't even a human being. She felt like a golem that was like had no emotions, was no one. And the whole story is about her realizing her emotions, her learning what the meaning of love is, and her learning what the meaning of being a human being is. So I just always found her character to be fun, to be very emotionally impacting, and more.
So wait, do you know what happens in the movie? Like,
No.
okay, I won't say anything then, but you gotta watch it. I haven't watched it, but I already knew what. I'm not gonna say anything. You really just gotta watch it though. I think we both need to watch it, but I know what happens, so it's not gonna. Anyways, I'm not saying anything. I just feel like even. Anyways.
Yeah.
I like Violet.
To the left of Violet, we have Luce v Britannia from Code Peak.
Boo. Boo.
I love Lelouch, and it's not for how genius his character is written or the meaning behind his character. Because I know about, I've made several videos delving into my opinion on the what is a character about. But that doesn't make me love Lelouch as much as I do. I love Lelouch because I love watching him manipulate the scenes behind the scenes. For example, he's just a fun character. Now sure, there is that angle where he's like this complex character. He has this development, he loses the ability to use his powers correctly for a period of time, but what makes me really like his character is just how fun he is to watch on screen. Not the other stuff, but just the amount of fun it is and entertainment to see what his next plan is, where he's gonna move. But then I also like everything else about his character, but that's like the big reason why he makes it to the 3x3. And the complexities as well.
But have you considered that light is better?
Yeah.
That's objectively true. I mean, wait,
And
Crash?
I have two better lights on my list, so my list is automatically superior.
True.
Light Yagami is literally an L.
No, Code Geass, bro, is a walking L of a show. I'd be
Code
embarrassed to
Geass,
have
the watch is peak
Lelouch.
fiction for-
Bro, there's two L's in Lelouch. I mean, that says
I'm gonna
everything.
be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I watched like the first 6 episodes of Code Geass,
6 too many.
and then yeah, and I was like, no.
Code Geass.
Code Geass. Sorry,
Geass.
it's Code Geass.
I like Code Geass. That's a very cool code.
Above Lelouch, we have Shoya
Oh,
from A Silent Voice.
another massive L on your list. I can't believe I was expecting better of you, Poxal.
A massive W in my opinion. I really like, and I'm gonna do Shoya and Shoko at the same time. Shoya and Shoka's stories really impacted me as an individual because of how much I relate to the two of them combined. In just a sense of how their characters were written and how Yoshitaka Oima wrote their characters. I don't know, it really impacted me, and one of the things that I've talked about slightly on my channel already, like anybody who follows me knows this, is their two characters are probably the characters that saved my life when I was 13. because I relayed to their character growth so well, and I loved their entire redemption arcs. Well, not Shoko's redemption arc, but Shoko's like development through the manga and Shoya's redemption arc. Like it just impacted me on a very deep level to the point where I can credit their characters as things that affected my life. Like whether I would be dead or alive. So it's a video I wanted to make for a while, and I know I've like said it a few times on my channel, but yeah, that's really why they both deserve a heavy place on my list.
Yeah.
Can I ask you like a question just so what did you saw first? Or did you only saw the manga, you only saw the anime?
I've seen
movie?
both. I saw the
Seen
movie
both.
and the manga.
Yeah. Which did you saw first?
I saw the movie first, but I would say the manga is what saved me from ending my life,
No,
not the movie.
Okay, no. The thing I'm more like worried about myself is when did the movie came out?
2016
like-
question mark?
2016. So, okay, so that's alright. God.
6 years ago.
I was in college. I remember reading the one shot before the anime, before the manga even started releasing in college. So when he said like you were 13, I was like, oh, it's been that long.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I've probably read the one shot. I don't know, 9 years ago.
Oh lord.
I just felt like my white hairs and my beard just started like.
It released in
growing again.
2017. I was 13 or 14 actually at the time.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, it's
5 years.
2017. It's not like,
Yeah.
but it doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel that long.
Yeah.
Especially because we kind of jumped 3 years, like 2020,
Uh-huh.
2021, just kind of
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
In the middle between them is Taiki from Blue Box.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love Taiki so much. Like, I just do. Like, he's just like a character that's there that I've like become obsessed with. Like,
Yeah.
as a character. Like, as weird as that sounds, I just love how his character thinks because I see Taiki. One of the things I love about characters the most is when I can relate to them a lot. So, the thing with Taiki is his thought process is the same as mine. Like, he overthinks and overanalyzes every tiny situation in life. And I'm like, hey, yo, that's me in a manga. And he carries Blue Box. He's the whole reason why I love Blue Box as much as I do. And why he is probably my 9th favorite protagonist. He's probably my 9th on this list, but he's still there,
Yeah.
which says something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And it's really good. I still like. I like him and the two girls. I suck with names, but that's cool.
Chizuru
And Hana
and Hina.
Hina. Yeah, it's the name of my cat. I forgot.
No, I think it's Shinatsu, not Chizuru.
Yeah, it's Shinatsu.
Chizuru is from from Rent a Girlfriend.
Very similar.
Very similar.
Same vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, but I really like all the three main characters. They have like really nice chemistry, and it always makes like my heart hurt.
The way it
single
handles
chapter.
romance is genius. Like,
Yeah.
I've never, kind of like with what like Doofy was saying about Eden of the East. Like, he doesn't ship characters very often. I don't ship characters very often either. But Shinatsu and Taiki are two characters I ship so heavily.
Yeah, same.
Like, I love Hina too. I just wish that Hina would have stuck with the best friend role, personally. Like,
She might at the end of the manga.
Yeah.
We'll see.
we'll have to see. Maybe he'll get both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Anyway, top route. From the right, we have Taiga. I just love Taiga's character. I really love how it progresses around the end and how she handles her family struggles and just her emotions as a whole. I love the part when I started loving Taiga as a main character was episode 2, when she punched a pole and she looked at Ryuji and was just talking about social norms and how she's tired of pretending to be someone she isn't, and how she's gonna like, she doesn't care about what people think about her. She's just gonna like succeed anyway. And I love that scene. I love a ton of other scenes she's involved with in the anime. Like, I think my third favorite scene in all of anime and manga is the pool scene when she saves Ryuji and like she's like yelling Ryuji is mine. Such a good
Yes, sir.
scene.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Even just like thinking right now about the series, like I'm getting a little emotional. Like the Christmas time thing when like she was in her
Oh my
apartment. I'm like,
gosh.
oh, it's what, bro? Like, shut up, bro. That should just and the finals.
Toradora was peak until like the final episode could have used a lot of work, but
I think it's a cute little ending though. Like I love the
Yeah.
way it ends.
I love how it ends the final scene.
Yes.
Plus the visual novel, which is the true ending, where Taiga has triplets, but we don't talk about that.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I should read that. I love Toradora.
Yeah. To the left of Taiga, we have Thorfinn. I really love how Thorfinn progresses in the story. It's lit, it's fire, he's edgy, and he's cool. But what's most important is he goes through this journey of becoming a true warrior and learning what exactly that means.
Just
Following
like
his
me.
father's footsteps. Yeah.
Like
It
me
reminds
for
me
the-
of Doofy a lot.
Yeah, I'm also becoming a true warrior.
Nah,
Yeah.
Crash, you remind me of the next one. Ichi goat or goat.
Yeah, just like Crash.
You know what?
Just like Crash for
I would go into detail about why I love Ichigo, but we'd be here for 3 hours.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite protagonist, by the way, but he is definitely top 3.
Who's the favorite then out of these?
I'm not gonna say because if I say, I'll get in trouble. Anyway, Ichigo Kurosaki. I'm working on a 50-minute analysis on him, so that should be up. If you guys are interested in why I love Ichigo, just take a look at that
Check it out.
analysis.
Wait, why would you get in
Anyway.
trouble? I'm so confused. Who do you like
I'm gonna
here?
say,
Ty-
I don't think I've ever told you this, or maybe I did, but I think Ichigo is my favorite protagonist of the big 3.
Yeah, you told me before.
I don't know. I feel like Luffy works perfectly for One Piece, but
yes.
Yeah.
Ichigo just cooler.
I feel like for me, the reason why I love Ichigo so much is because, like I said, like I've really liked these human characters, and while Ichigo is the furthest thing from being a human being, he still fits that role as like a human character. As he's like the entire story of Bleach literally revolves around Ichigo finding his identity. Like that's a 600 chapter journey. He goes through depression, he goes through all these various things, and they all build up to this beautiful conclusion where finally is like, this is me. I am Ichigo, you know, like with the chapter The Blade is Me, where he has Zangetsu here, White Ichigo here, and he says, he says, thank you, Zangetsu. And he recognizes that the power isn't theirs that he's borrowing, the power is all his. And it's a beautiful, especially when you look into Buddhism and you understand that Ichigo is an analogy for the Mintama. So yeah.
Crash is just like,
I just remember.
yeah.
And I just remember that one of my. I was like, I like this character because she's dumb.
Dude, it like you both had like substantial contributions. I think I talked about Judai. I just fanboyed about him for like 5 minutes, and then I just said 5 characters were cool, and then I said, okay, time's up.
To be fair, that's all I did for Thorfinn. I was just like, he's cool.
Bro, I didn't have like 5 characters though. I'm like, hey, he's cool, moving on. Matoy, she's cool, moving on. I'm like, damn, that's okay.
Guys, we've been through one of these. It's been an hour.
What's
we
our
can
thoughts?
do antagonists and then make this the character episode, and then next episode do the anime, manga, and movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Right,
like
right.
that.
Or no, we'll just do anime and manga in the episode after this, and then we'll do movies and music the episode after that, and games. We'll throw games in those.
Yeah, there we
And
go.
we have 3 episodes done.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy content.
Yes, sir. So,
Alrighty.
who wants to go first? Should we do like in the same order again? You want to do it reverse? You want to randomize?
I want Crash as antagonist first.
I was also
because
thinking that.
It'll make me like feel bad about not knowing all the characters, and I'll see Doofy's and I'll be like, I know all the characters.
There we go. Yes, I will
Where's
be.
my antag?
I will
So they're all
reassure
gonna
you.
What I
be-
put here?
They're all going to be Aizen in disguise, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh my goodness!
Aizen
A
is,
Sakura
like,
from
the best.
Shaman King?
Yeah.
I'm so happy. What the fuck? Okay.
Did you not know?
I didn't realize that you like Shaman King.
Oh, I do. It's been a while since I've read it.
I'm
I used to
turning
watch
up
it
right
as a
now.
kid.
Yeah, my
it's
nostalgia
unreal.
is towards the anime, but I do plan to read the manga once I collect all of it.
Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Top
we're gonna
9?
start.
Top 9?
We're gonna. I really had an hard time picking 9. I stopped at 8. It was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put Griff. Like the 9th one, the last one, is just like I have no idea what else. So, but yeah, let's start with Hao Asakura then. And then we're gonna move to the top and whatever. So yeah, he's the villain from Shaman King, and he's the brother of Yo, the main character. And I just absolutely love villains that are just like they have a presence there. The thing that I want with my villains is not so much that they're human, and more so that when they are on screen, I'm thinking I have no idea how the main character is even alive at this point. Like, and how is just like this threat where he just walks into a scene and it feels like he could kill every single character. He just like he's so chill he doesn't want to. He lets them leave.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks that all the endings of Shaman King suck. Like all of them. Even the revisited one, which is the best one. I don't think it was that great, but like his presence to most of the manga is amazing. And I feel like that's true for most of these. I feel like Makima kind of feels the same, where she, even when she's not supposed to be the villain, when she's on screen, you're like, oh shit, she's gonna like kill me if she wants. And when she finally wants, it's scary. Sai, which is the bottom left one from Nogami Nero, feels kind of the same. What I like about Sai is because the main character of Nogami Nero is a demon, where every other single character is human. So that makes it really hard for most of the villains in it to feel like a threat, especially at the beginning, because the other guy just is a demon. He has powers, no one else has it. But then Sai comes along, and he's a serial killer, which the thing that he does is like he makes a cube of blood of the victim. He just turns the victim into a cube just by massacring them completely. And it's the first villain in the series. It's actually the only villain in the series that feels like really, really threatening. And he's also really cool because he's doing like all of this because, or they are, it's a non-binary villain. But technically they are doing this because they don't know who they are. If they're male, female, their real name and anything like that. So, and it's really nice to go through this story of the villain trying to find themselves while basically murdering every single person alive. It's really fun.
Yay, murder.
Yeah, murder is fun. And same reason why I like Shigaraki, because Shigaraki is like the scariest power I've ever seen.
Is he the decay guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty spooky. I wouldn't want to be decayed.
You like the new big three: My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Black Clover.
I like the except Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's make the new big three: My Hero, Demon Slayer.
Doofy's face. Doofy was vibing with you. You said I don't like Jujutsu Kaisen. Doofy was just like.
But Doofy, you know. Right?
Yeah, I know. I like I like to change my attitude towards JJK depending on who I'm around. So when I'm around Crash, I'm a massive JJK fan, but when I'm around like Ronin and Creams, I fucking hate JJK. It's a stupid it's a stupid series. It's only good when it's got the fights, and even the fights aren't all that. Hunter x Hunter did it better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta switch up on them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Crash. Me and Doofy already knew you had trash taste, so it's okay.
So we're not surprised by this.
You weren't really designed for this podcast. You were designed for trash taste, but. You settled for this.
I was, yeah.
I'm gonna say though, I will just briefly say I don't think any character, like any villain in JJK, is worthy of this list. JJK doesn't have like, to me, super convincing villains. I mean, Mahito's kind of like alright, but I feel like everything. I like about Mahito is what Yuji gets out of that relationship. So it's I'm not so sure. Like
I like Geto quite a bit, but like in Sukuna, but like. They aren't like peak villains, like they aren't like S tiers, you know.
I don't even like Sukuna that much. Like he doesn't.
I like
until
Sukuna.
Until something bigger happens. I'm just like not. he's like a non-factor.
Right now, Sukuna just feels a little underwhelming to me. Like,
Yeah.
I need a little more out of Sukuna.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get that.
I do like Geto in JJK Zero. Like he's kind of embodying like an archetype of villain that I like. It's the kind of like whimsical, like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, like very
My problem is when the
almost.
plot twist comes in. I feel like Geto's character just gets underwhelmed.
Yes, I fucking hate Pseudo Geto. I think that shit is so stupid. But I've heard some pretty like interesting speculations about like what might happen later, and that might be exciting. But as it stands,
Still,
JJK Villains. Yeah, you're spitting. Anyways, I don't know how we got JJK here, but
I don't know.
well, that's right. Hand guy that decays. Pretty much just a copy of
I want to make one joke.
is it Bargon's ability?
Literally, Brain Gun makes Geto feel like just a great value Aizen.
Yeah, well, he's always like living. I think he's like perpetually living in the shadow of Aizen. I think the fans are largely responsible for that, but like I don't think the character himself does enough to distinguish himself, I guess. Anyways.
Because like Braincon's entire like thing is like I've planned all this since like before you were alive.
Yeah, for thousands of years I've been plotting. I don't know.
Just for you.
Yeah, the JJK slander. You love it.
I'm gonna be honest, like when I was reading JJK, especially like not now but the early arcs, like pre-Shibuya, what I felt was like, okay, this is making me want to drop this and go read the first arc of Bleach.
Yeah, POXAL'S living his life the best right now. He's just he loves the JJK hate for the Bleach praise. It's like he's eating good right now.
Yeah,
we eating, boys.
Yeah. And while we at it, man, just like reading those first few arcs in Black Clover up until the last chapter, just maybe want to go back and reread Naruto. You know what I mean? Like that real good shit.
I actually like unironically, Black Clover makes me want to read Naruto. Like after reading through Black Clover, because I've never read through Naruto. I've only watched it, but. Yeah, reading Black Clover made me want to try to read Naruto. I'm gonna buy the volumes though.
You should. Yeah. It's an excellent read. I think people love the original Naruto anime so much and think it's a great adaptation, and it is a great adaptation. But I actually think the manga is almost entirely better outside of like the fights and the tuning exams. Like the pacing in the manga is much better. The anime, like especially Konoha Crush, it's a fucking like it's a drag, but like it's still Naruto, so it's still a 10, of course. So it's like a drag.
I have a very hot take where I think Konoha Crush is better than tuning exams.
I don't think that's too hot. I think people there's more hate than I realize for tuning exams. Even like amongst Naruto fans, yeah. Like I was doing some like arc ratings, and some of the homies were like Chroma was like tuning exams, that's not the one, that's not the move, and then there were people agreeing. But I get it, like the exams itself doesn't feel like it contributes enough to like the overall plot. But
yeah, it's not. I don't think tuning exams is good enough to be like considered by so many to be like one of the greatest arcs of all time. Like I think it's like it's top 5 in Naruto for me, but it's not like top 3. That's my opinion on Chunin. I know you disagree.
Cut it. It's so good, but we're not having that convo. Okay, we're still good.
I like the Chunin exams, but I really love like a good exam arc or a tournament arc.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's done really well.
No, I think that's what makes Chunin exams good. I think like a piece of me just wishes the tournament finished as the tournament.
Yeah,
and wasn't interrupted by the sand.
That is fair.
So like, it's also like a piece of me where I feel like the work would have been a little more interesting if not all the Kage. Like I haven't finished the work, but if not all the Kage agreed with each other and some of them were fighting each other along with the Akatsuki. Like I'd find it so cool if like they weakened the Akatsuki just a bit, and they decided to have 1 or 2 of the ninja villages like join the Akatsuki instead of the Kage Alliance. If you know what I mean?
That'd be nice. That should be really cool.
Yep. Anyways,
in
conclusion,
because of Shigaraki,
Naruto's the GOAT.
Like if people didn't know why we're calling this the Big Three, now they know.
We're always gonna find a way to bring it back. This is, by the way, I've remembered. This is like the train of thought that got us here. It was like Shigaraki, and then somehow we're like, this is
JJK.
No, yeah, it was like this is like, oh, Crash likes the new Big Three, and then it was like JJK, and then he's like, well, I'm not vibing with JJK. Then I was sad, and then Poxa pointed it out. Then we talked about JJK. Then we talked about how Bleach is better. And Wait, how the fuck do we get from Bleach is better to? Oh, we're all eating
Black
good.
Clover.
We're all eating good. So I'm like, yeah, it's the same as like Black Clover making me want to read Naruto. And then I'm still okay. I'm a little lost on the details with how we got to the tuning exams specifically, but
we started talking about Naruto and how the manga's good, and then you brought up tuning exams,
pacing.
and we were talking about the manga.
oh,
the
I was
pacing.
talking about how the pacing is better in the manga, especially with Konoha Crush. And then you said hot take, you think Konoha Crush is better at tuning exams.
Yeah.
And then we talked about tuning exams, and so that's the fucking evolution of our thought here, and that's gonna be every episode.
And I believe people have understood why I like Shigaraki then, out of this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. It's very clear
It was
to
like
me.
15 minutes together, so...
It's because tuning exams is actually good.
exactly.
Yeah.
I have to say, Crash. I am proud of one take you have on this list. Well, I'm proud of Makima too. But Crocodile is such a great One Piece villain.
Yeah.
He is. And like the reason why he's on my list is because, like, I like Arlong. Arlong I thought was a great villain, but Crocodile was the first one that really feel like, again, threatening. Like, I remember, I feel like the first time I really loved One Piece was when Luffy first fought Crocodile, and Crocodile beat the shit out of him.
Loved that.
Like,
I was
for
like,
me, I think One Piece struggles with its villains a lot, but I have to say there are two villains in One Piece that I genuinely really enjoy, and that has to be Crocodile and Enel.
And Enel is really cool. I think Enel is kind of like underrated. He's really cool.
He's a fucking god.
He's super strong. Like, I was reading Skype. I feel like Skype is underrated, super underrated in general.
Yep.
I totally agree.
I agree. Even as the resident One Piece hater.
I mean, it's still mid because it's One Piece. But
Yeah, well, of course. That's the subtext.
Yeah.
But it is, I mean, like, so many, I feel like so many people, like, skipping it miss the little details in it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Skype is not important. And I remember, like, when I was first reading Skype and reaching the part where they get, like, the first interaction with, like, the poneglyph, and then there's, like, the letters by Roger.
Mm-hmm.
That felt like such a big moment. Like, Roger was here. Roger is reading this. We're following his steps. Mm-hmm. That felt like huge. And again, it was just like, he's probably one of the strongest villains.
Yeah,
it's just,
100%.
He fought Luffy.
Yeah.
Enel's great. I think the most overrated One Piece villain is Blackbeard.
Really? I would have said
Everybody-
Doflamingo.
No, it's because like everybody out there says Blackbeard is like this S tier villain, and he hasn't
Do
done
they?
jack crap.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't hear
I've
anyone
talked
talk
to
about
genu-
Blackbeard.
So I have been
Not enough.
like genuine conversations about One Piece live on Twitch, and people are like, Blackbeard is this S tier villain. I'm like, how can you say that? He's in like 5 chapters.
Honestly,
I feel
that
like
adds to the
Blackbeard's-
mystery, though. I love that about
Yeah.
Blackbeard. I actually think Blackbeard is one of the... Like, he came
No,
really
I
close to
think
joining
the
my list.
mystery is great. I think Blackbeard has potential of becoming a goated villain.
Yeah.
The issue is I feel like people are making judgments with Blackbeard before they see the conclusion of his character, and those judgments are based off of practically nothing.
That's like 90% of One Piece discourse, though. It's like, let's scale Mihawk even though we have 0 feats about him.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's why I hate Percy.
Who's stronger, Shanks or Mihawk? I'm like, bro, we don't know what any of them have done. What do you mean? What are we comparing here?
100%.
Yeah.
But like with Black Clover,
Watch it,
Blackbeard.
watch it.
When I wear Black Clover, let's jump to Naruto discourse, you know, because they're practically the same series.
Right. So now I get what I want again. We get Naruto
But
talk.
like with Blackbeard, I feel like people love the foreshadowing and the build up. That's what I mean. The build up we're getting with him.
Yeah.
It really feels like such a big deal.
It does.
Even though he's been in such so little chapters, it is done in a way where it feels like it's gonna have a great payoff. The problem is we don't know exactly if the payoff is going to be as great as we all think. I think that's.
I don't think it is. I think literally everybody's gonna be so disappointed with Blackbeard.
Wait.
And that's my expectation.
Wait, stop. Spoilers for One Piece 1051. So Kaido's down now, right?
Yeah.
What if Blackbeard just pulls out of nowhere and's like, yeep, and I got the strongest zone type, the strongest zone type fucking fruit now, and he's like, I'm that MF, I got all 3 of the strongest, let's fucking go, you know what I mean? That would be so hype. I would immediately catch up. Like, you would not see me catch up to a series faster than if that's what happened in like 1053.
I don't think that it's gonna happen though. I don't think Blackbeard is gonna appear in Wano. You just have too much. Sorry, you just have too much. I believe it's gonna appear like very soon, but not in Wano. Wano is long. Fuck.
Bro, I was looking at the chapters that Wano is, and I was just thinking, like, after I finish Dressrosa, eventually I'm gonna have to read through all of Wano. Yeah. It makes me so unmotivated to continue reading One Piece, not gonna lie.
I kind of want to read.
Post-Timeskip One Piece is just such a drag. I'm sorry. Yeah. There's good stuff there. Crash, there's really good content there. There is good peaks. But the problem is it's literally Hunter x Hunter and JJK worth of words. Like,
yeah,
it is a novel. It is a novel.
You gotta watch it saying that, Pokesal, or else we're gonna get the fucking Shonen fans can't read comments. I don't want those. So we have to say we love the wordiness.
Yeah. I can't binge reading One Piece. That's kind of like the thing. I don't binge it. Like the last time I've been reading One Piece weekly since Marineford. I never actually binged any of the post-Timeskip arcs. I don't know how that feels like.
No, it feels horrible.
I almost died reading Fishman Island. I thought I was mentally ill afterwards.
But that I felt the same, especially like weekly. I was the Fishman the island was decent, but then when it came out to the final battles that we've been waiting, like we've been waiting for that final battles for like half a year or something, like a build-up.
Fishman Island
just,
is
just disappointment.
Fishman Island's a lot better on a reread, but it is still so. It's long. It feels like when it's not long. Like it's only like 50 chapters, but it feels like it's like 200 chapters.
It's got like 2 good chapters though.
That's just what post-Timeskip feels to me. Because pre-Timeskip I was binge. I hit post-Timeskip and it takes me months to get through each arc because I constantly have to take breaks because it is just so mentally draining. And it's not because of the amount of words. It's just I don't know what's about it. Maybe I'm just not as excited for One Piece because I love some of the stuff that's happening post-Timeskip. I'm so excited to finish Dressrosa, but every time I pick up the app to read Dressrosa, all my excitement goes down the drain, and I want to put it down as quickly as possible.
I get that. Like, especially, I think reading weekly, it's fine because you get to absorb everything. And it's like, okay, it's 18 pages, but you can read them like, you have a week to read it and discuss with people. And then I watch One Piece YouTubers, which they all discuss the chapter. And I get to like get the details that I didn't get while reading and everything like that. So it is. I'm way into One Piece more than I am into any other series. So it feels different than, for example, like even with My Hero Academia, that just like 5 seconds I read the chapter and nothing else.
J is so easy to binge. I mean, and this is gonna be a hot take. I think JJK is way easier to binge than One Piece post-Timeskip. Like I could read 10 chapters of JJK like that.
Yeah.
But even though there's a ton of words on some of those chapters, it's still easier to read. So it's not the word count that's the issue here. I don't know what the issue is. It's just so hard to read post-Timeskip on a binge, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just believe it's dense, like even not just the words but the art and everything.
I think it's because like the art is just it's like almost it's like the same problem I have with Berserk, where like Berserk is a great series and I respect Berserk a lot, but it is so hard to read Berserk half the time because there's just so much going on.
Yeah. Like
in one page there's like 10 storylines with 10 different characters moving around. Like you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
The art is amazing. I love Berserk. I own the first 2 deluxe volumes down there.
I own the first 4. Haha.
I
haven't even read past the second volume. I haven't even read the second volume.
I've only read in the deluxe editions. I've only read the first one as well. But my girlfriend got me. My girlfriend got me 3. She it was like the Christmas present, and the volumes were on sale on
Yeah.
December. So I was gonna like buy the first one, and she was like, I was gonna buy it, and she was like, don't, because why don't I bought the first volume for you for Christmas. And then when it was Christmas, I was like, okay, give me the present, because I know what it is. And then she gives me the first volume. Then she leaves the room, and then she comes back with the other two, and she's like, bam!
I love that. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute.
But yeah. And then
They're
after
pricey
that,
volumes, yeah.
Yep.
They are very, very pricey.
But they're worth it. They're very high quality. The pages are really nice. How did we get here?
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't I haven't talked about half of my list.
Yeah, we gave you praise for picking Croc, because Croc's a good villain, and I agree.
Yeah.
I like the role he plays, especially after Alabasta, like in Impel Down and Marineford. He just occupies an interesting role that I just really like. Like he's villainous, but he's not like a part of the bad guys.
Yeah. Do you know the wild theory that Crocodile's actually Luffy's mom?
What?
You guys don't know that theory?
No, I don't know that theory.
Oh my god, it's the best theory. But the thing is, there's actually like, there's stuff in it that makes this real. Like, because in Impel Down, there's, you guys know Ivankov, right?
What'd you say?
And Ivankov, the Tim Burton guy, not Tim Burton, Tim Curry guy, like the guy who's a woman, the curly hair, giant face.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has the power to transform people from man to woman.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this moment where the reason why Crocodile actually starts helping Luffy is because Ivankov says to Crocodile, "You better help us, or else I'm gonna reveal your darkest secret." And so people are like, okay, so Ivankov knows Crocodile's darkest secret, so maybe Crocodile was a woman before. And then from there on out, it becomes like this is all in Marineford. Marineford, like Crocodile saves Luffy's life like twice. And I think that happens supposedly after they reveal who's Luffy's dad, which is Dragon. There's like this he's doing this because he didn't knew that Luffy was Dragon's son, and now that he knows that he's his mom. And so that's why he's protecting him.
That's actually such a good theory, though.
It is. It sounds so dumb.
I'm so into this. Crocodile is Luffy's mom.
It has
Because originally Crocodile's plan was to kill Whitebeard. So his plan changed because he realized Luffy is actually his son.
Yeah.
So he's like, now I have to help my son.
Yeah.
Genius.
Oh my god. That's actually such a fucking good, like, theory.
Yeah, it's so dumb that it makes sense. Just...
So I'm glad Luffy's mom made it on your list, for real.
Yeah.
Can we tell this podcast Crocodile is Luffy's mother?
Sure. I'm fine with that.
Oh, fucking A.
Confirmed. It is confirmed.
Yeah.
If the Big Three podcast says it's confirmed, it's confirmed.
It is.
Yeah.
We'd be making up
We are
facts.
the masters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the masters of each
works
word
for
domain.
us. Oda works for us.
We tell them what to do.
All right, we should.
By the way, the One Piece is the friends we make along the way.
Yeah.
I like
we
the
already
Davy.
wrote that.
I like the Davy Jones locker
journey.
theory. Like Cream's told me about that. That sounds super interesting.
Davy Jones is actually mentioned in the manga.
Yeah, I know. It's so
And
cool.
that was really weird to me because I think it's the only time like a real character is mentioned, with the exception of the devil fruits. Those have like the mythical devil fruits have like the powers of real life mythical stuff. Everything else is made up just for the manga.
Yeah, except for the DZ fruit.
David D. Jones is mentioned in One Piece. He's the uncle of Portuguese D-Ace. He is mentioned in name and name alone in a journal that was passed on to the Straw Hat Pirates by Shanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, shank these nuts and continue the list.
Oh yeah, I had a list. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. So Croc, you
Okay.
like him
Okay, Croc.
because he's
I
shanking
really
my
like-
nuts, and he's Luffy's mom.
Yeah. I like him because he's Luffy's mom.
By POXAL.
And then there were
But
two.
you can continue.
The big two.
Okay. The big two. Okay, so I'm gonna move to Rikishi because that was the guy who was like, I have absolutely no one else to put on this list.
You're just
So I'm just
struggling at
gonna-
this point.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
looking at all my manga like, what the fuck, what I'm gonna. And I was like, what else has villains like that I've rated like a 9 that I'm just kind of like feeling like this is a good villain.
You know what's like
then
troubling? I can't.
Yeah.
I'm always so hard pressed to figure out like non-battle shonen antagonists. Like, I don't know. I don't.
yeah.
They just. I mean, there's Johan, Friend. Well, Friend's cool. I like that you put Friend here instead of
Yeah.
Johan, but like that's it. Like the only two in
Yeah.
existence.
And
Oh,
Rikishi. No.
yeah,
But
number
because-
3.
The thing is, Rikishi isn't even like a real villain. He's in some ways you can actually. I feel like you can even call it the protagonist of Ishida no Joe. Even though he's there for. He's only there for like half of the manga. And it's not even like the first half or the second half. It's just like a chunk in the middle. But he's like the most important character in Ishida no Joe because this is the guy who makes Joe want to box. So he's the whole point that the manga actually even goes to boxing. And it's really hard for me to explain why he's great without spoiling the manga. So I think most people just have to read it. But like we have this half of like Joe trying to beat Rikishi, and when he does, and when Rikishi leaves the manga, Joe spends the rest of the manga just trying to be Rikishi. So it's kind of like this enemy of him that even when he leaves, there's always like looming around and making Joe do everything. So I was like, I'm doing this because of Rikishi. I'm trying to be Rikishi, even if not like by word, even if not like directly, subconsciously he is.
Yeah.
And it's because of this that the final page of Ishida no Joe, if you guys know how Joe ends, because I've been spoiled in like 2 manga. Like the manga spoiled Ishida no Joe. But that's why Ishida no Joe is just such a powerful ending, is because of how in the end Joe managed to become Rikishi, and he managed to become like the guy I guess he was waiting for. It's really beautiful, and it doesn't make him sound like a villain again. But I'm putting him here because I thought like it's an antagonist because Joe is trying to go against him, so against the antagonist.
Every time you say Joe, I just in my head I'm like Joe Mama. So I keep laughing and I'm like, God, this is stupid. I'm not gonna say this. I should know Joe Mama. I like that one. That'd be a good abridged series name. No, it'd be an awful name. Nobody would watch that. I would watch that. Okay.
I'll watch that.
So that's
I'm too
Rikishi.
dumb. Yeah, I'm really dumb for your mom jokes. Your these nuts are my your mom jokes.
Okay, I'm glad.
I keep throwing them around.
I'm glad they're very much welcomed. Okay. So that's Rikishi, the famous
That's Rikishi.
wrestler.
Yeah. The boxer.
There's a wrestler WWE named Rikishi, right? Can we get a fact-
yeah,
That's
the
what I
guy-
keep thinking every time you
yeah.
say it. I don't know how to spell it though.
Yeah, the guy with the hats,
Rikishi.
which is
Yes,
for
yes.
Jimmy and Jey Uso, I'm pretty sure. Rikishi was pretty fun.
He was. I fucked with a bit of Rikishi.
Yeah.
He's cool.
You know that he was. Once you know this, I'm pretty sure he was either the cousin or the brother of Umaga. I'm not sure if you know. who
Yes,
Umaga
yes,
was.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Umaga, another absolute
Yeah.
icon.
Yeah.
Umaga. I think he was one of my first wrestling figures. Umaga.
Yeah. So
Interestingly.
you'll be sad to know that he died if you didn't.
I didn't know that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Is Umaga related to Rikishi? His two older brothers who are also professional wrestling.
Brothers.
Sam
Yeah.
and
Yeah, they have like the
Solifa.
most random name.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
Oh, he was the
There-
uncle.
there's this,
Oh,
like-
I don't know. I can't follow this. There's too much going on. I'm overwhelmed.
there's like this super like big trio of wrestlers that have Rikishi, Umaga, the Jimmy Jeyusu now, and Roman Reigns, and then all of those are like also related to The Rock.
Yeah,
He's also a cousin there. It's like this big wrestling family of like. I feel like it's just because they're all like Samoans. The idea that gives me like every single Samoan in wrestling is like a cousin to another. It makes me believe like in Hawaii everyone is cousins to everyone else. That's the feeling it gives me.
Yeah, no, I get that. Anyways,
yeah.
that's Umaga, one of your favorite anime
It's Umaga, my
antagonists.
favorite wrestler.
Yeah. From Ashta no Joe Mama.
And I'm gonna move to. I want to leave Kumigawa for last.
Okay.
I'm
So
back.
I'm gonna move.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Just
Hello,
in time.
back. I'm Dad.
Oh,
Okay, so moving to Griffith.
Mhm.
Let's just go for Griffith. I don't know. I feel like. Why is there Among Us?
Wow. Poxal, you're amongously sus.
Yeah, you're very sus. You're the imposter among us.
You're an imposter among us. Can we just talk about for a minute how like culturally the characters are now just called Among Us?
Yeah, they were like the. I don't know, the astronauts
Crewmates.
or whatever.
They were
Crewmates.
crewmates. Yeah, I remember from like that TikTok song. It's like I don't remember how it goes anymore.
There's this TikTok song.
It's like a
about Among
meme
Us.
song about
Of course it is.
it was a parody of something. Fuck, what the fuck was it? Anyways, you proceed talking about Griffith, and I'm gonna find that song.
Okay, so I feel like Griffith is cool as a package with guts. I feel like there just keeps things happening in POXAL'S screen. But yeah, they're really cool. Griffith is really cool. There's Lelouch now. What is happening, bro? Elon Musk.
I don't know. I'm just putting random stuff on my screen.
Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna try to ignore that. Yeah, I feel like the reason why I like Griffith is because he's such a duality with Guts, where Guts like this strong, dark character that looks like super menacing and evil, and just goes around like slashing everyone else. And has a giant sword, and he's the good guy. Then Griffith is like, oh, I'm feminine and elegant, and there's like all this white leitmotif on me, and everyone loves me, like because, yeah, and it just like has a little sword, and it is like this, and it feels like the good guy. And the way the manga goes about, especially in the Golden Age, it really feels like it's so charismatic. Even though you know. If you read the manga, the anime is structured differently, but if you read the manga, you already know by this point that Griffith is the villain because it's told you in the first arc. You still cannot help but fall in love with him anyways, and feel betrayed when he eventually turns bad, even though you already knew he's going to turn bad.
Mhm.
So that's why I like Griffith. That's why everyone likes Griffith. It's the most basic 101 villain choice.
Yeah.
I never got to like the point where like he betrayed everyone yet. I'm still like
it's
the part. I stopped reading Berserk at like 50 chapters in the Golden Age, and like Griffith is just there helping the king because he wants to become king.
Yeah, Griffith is never like the nicest guy.
Oh yeah, you can
always like
definitely
the-
see like these dark signs starting to show up as you watch him.
Yeah, but I feel like again he's still so charismatic that you can't help but like him. At least that's what happened with me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And then for alternate villain 101, which would be Johan from Monster, I have Friend from 20th Century Boys. because it's basically Johan, because it's by the same author, but cooler and with a nicer mask.
True.
And other
Don't
motifs.
also don't spoil. Don't spoil. I want to read 20th Century Boys soon.
Hey, you haven't read 20th Century Boys?
I read the first
Neither have
volume.
No, okay. But yeah, like the thing about this, that I like about Friend, like with Johan, you kind of already know who he is Johan. With Friend, the whole thing is that you're trying to find out who he is, and the thing is, it's called Friend because he's like a leader of a cult and he's friend with everyone, and that's why he goes by that, because he wants to feel friendly. But there's a double meaning there, because by the clues that is given, this is like something that you kind of get like very, very early on. That's the whole point of it, is that he, for the things that he's doing and the knowledge that he has, he needs to have been a childhood friend of the main character.
Yeah.
He has to be one of the 20th Century Boys.
Yeah.
And it just has like all these little adventures of like in adults, like them trying to find out who he is, and then it goes back to flashbacks of their adventures as little kids. And just kind of like get this from like Friend is a bigger, like larger than life figure. That's like that, like almost like a god, even though he has no powers. The way he portrays, the way he walks, is almost like a god. But then when you see like all the kids, it like they all feel like kids. None of them like gives that I'm gonna be friend vibe. And then there's like some fake outs, of course, here and there, because it's a 200 something chapter manga.
Yeah.
And I think like with Urasawa, if you've seen Monster, I think all of his manga, and especially with 20th Century Boys, sometimes feel like, oh, we're reaching the end now. We're finally getting to the end game. And then you look at the chapter numbers, there's still like, oh, there's still like 15 volumes left? Okay.
Yeah. Very Urasawa core.
Yeah, and with like 20th Century Boys, you get that all the time, like all the fucking times. Like, oh, we're finally gonna get it. Oh, it's not. Okay. But it is really fun.
Yeah.
And then finally, Misogi Kumagawa, which is my all-time favorite villain.
Oh.
From the epic Medaka box. And I feel like this is the one you thought the other one was. And he just like he has all the things that I mentioned about the other villains. Like he feels threatening when he's there, like from the moment he's introduced. Like his power is just so over the top. That it really does feel like the characters don't have any way of beating him. But then the way that Medaka box is structured, Medaka box is very meta. So the whole point of Medaka, of the main character of Medaka, is that she is the most overpowered character of all time because she's the main character. That is the plot. Like the villains, even though they're like supposedly so strong and like have this ultra powers, they know they cannot defeat Medaka because Medaka is the main character and they are the villains, and therefore the story will always dictate that she was gonna win. And so even though this is like super powerful, this is also like a very underdog story of a character who's lived his whole life like as a antagonist, as a side character, and what he really, really wants is to be the main character of the story. And it's like really cool. Even though POXAL'S was falling asleep.
No, I'm just I get really tired around noon, so
yeah, I'm just kidding.
But that's your
But
3x3. So far, it's the best 3x3 for antagonists.
Yeah,
exactly.
so far.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
this will change after I go. But Doofy's going first.
No, you go first,
It is?
Poxal.
Okay.
I invite you to go first.
No, you Doofy.
No.
Okay, fine. I'll shoot my peak generic antagonist.
I'm excited for this, actually.
Well, 3 of them are Bleach.
Oh, I'm not excited anymore.
You know what? Give me 1 second. Let me replace.
Like Aizen, Ukiura, and who's there?
We know it's gonna be Aizen, and Aizen.
No, never. Aizen's not. It's gonna be Aizen, Ukiura, and Geto.
Yeah, no.
My 3 favorite Bleach villains.
Yeah.
Fair.
I don't think you'd have Grimjaw. I don't expect Grimjaw to be one of the 3. I don't think you like Grimjaw that much.
He's looking at the camera like,
Okay.
guess that's the one I'm
Oh,
changing.
Yuhaba. I think he's actually
there
a
you
fairly
go, you sent it.
underrated villain.
I agree.
Everyone just wants to talk about Aizen, but Yuhaba was like,
So
Anyways.
Aizen was overpowered, which is fair, but Yubak is the definition of overpowered.
exactly.
Like Yubak made Aizen like this character that everybody was like, oh, this guy's like the king of everything, like he's broken. Look like chump change, basically.
Yeah.
Like, so I guess I'll start on my. I'll do the same thing I did last time, where I go reverse order. The first one, as you can see, is Yoshikage Kira from JoJo's Part 4. I love Yoshikage Kira mostly because of the memes, but also just because as a villain, he's just goated, man. Like, I don't know what about it. He's just.
I should have put
like-
him.
What about Funny Valentine?
I never got to that part of JoJo.
I don't know. I didn't know he was a villain. I'm just saying random names I know from JoJo's.
Oh.
Yeah, what about Kira? Oh, that is Kira.
Yeah.
Yoshikage
What about
Kira.
Dio from Part 1?
I'm just gonna say,
I just prefer
Ooh.
Kira. I just prefer Yoshikage Kira over Dio any day of the week.
yeah.
No, but Dio from Part
Kira-
1, though.
I like Kira more than I like some of the ones I put on my 3x3.
Let's go.
Okay. You love to see
Like
it?
Shigaraki?
Yeah. Yeah. Man, looking back, I love Kira. Fucking is one of the best villains. I don't know. I
He's
forgot.
so fun. Like,
I'm gonna tell you why I forgot him. Is because I looked at my 10s and my 9s for a villain, and I have JoJo Part 4 as an 8. So I didn't reach that low on the list. But Kira is like one of my faves.
so what makes Yoshikage Kira so terrifying is that there are Yoshikage Kiras in reality. Like, there are people hiding amongst us. Not only is
Among us.
Kira like just fun. Yes, there are Yoshikage Kiras hiding amongst us.
Among us.
In a very sus fashion, where they're pretending to live these normal lives, but secretly behind the door,
They're
they're
imposter.
sus.
They're
the
imposter.
imposter, and that is Yoshikage Kira. He holds the philosophy of Among Us. It is truly.
Alright, you've got me back again. I'm back.
Doofy's binging JoJo Part 4 now.
Yeah, for
No, I'm just
this.
skipping to Part 6. For real.
I haven't read that one.
To the left of Yoshikage
to the
Kira,
left.
we have Yuhabak, or Yuwatch, or Yuha, or Yo Mama.
Yeah, yeah. I like Yo Mama. God, the world's easiest name to pronounce, and everyone agrees.
Yeah, so Yuabak is a very fun character, in my opinion. I really like villains to be like these overwhelmingly overpowered characters, which is what makes me super excited to see Madara once I get to Madara. But
Okay, never mind. Just proceed.
so far, I just really like Yuabak. Not only do like I find him fascinating and like his ideals and his ideology, but just him as a character just always has this like presence that's demanding. Like, even if you see Yuabak getting like beaten, you know in all reality he's about to like just turn the tides like that and just like destroy the character that you thought was stronger in like a second. Like, he makes like these people that are supposed to be super respectable feel like chump change. Like Yamamoto, that Ichibei, like literally the guy that has the first Shikai, the first Bankai, the guy that invented names. He just like the second he's like, okay, I'm no longer gonna be blind, I'm gonna open my eyes now, just destroys Ichibei's head like it's nothing. Like, it's so bad that Ichibei looks at Ichigo and is like, go save the day and defeat Yuwatch. And then in his head he's like, Ichigo's gonna die. Like, he knows Ichigo is unable to beat Yuwatch. Like, that's how terrifying Yuwatch is. I'm actually working on a video right now called The Terrifying Ridiculous Strength of Yuabak, and how Yuabak's strength is what makes the 1,000-Year Blood War the 1,000-Year Blood War, because every other antagonist in the 1,000-Year Blood War got their power because of Yuabak giving them his power, which is something that makes him even more terrifying. He's just such this threatening force. He's like this father figure of the Quincy, and also his ideology is pretty cool. He wants to destroy the fear of death, like, from reality by merging the universe and restarting it. Like, it's unique and interesting with what he sets out to do. To the left,
Just said spit. I agree. I like Yugioh.
Yeah, super underrated. Like, very few Bleach fans are like, go Yugioh. They're all like sucking off Aizen.
Yep.
But Yugioh is pretty cool, and he's definitely pretty high up there. To the left of Yugioh, we have Scar from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I really like Scar. I'm not gonna go into as much detail with Scar, but more so, I like Scar because I feel like he's a compact character that's given limited screen time, but within that screen time is delved into really well. Like with the whole thing with Ishval and like the racism that was done there, like how the Ishvalans were treated. He's really like this really unique character that you just don't get to see a lot of the time in anime and manga, which is just really makes me like him more. I just really like how he develops throughout the story. And also the same thing with Yowatch. He is overwhelmingly powerful at the beginning, and he is terrifying by the protagonist standards. Like, the protagonist can do nothing against Scar. Like, Edward is on the runs every time he sees Scar. Scar, like, destroys Alphonse's entire body, and it's just terrifying. Right. Oh.
So I was gonna say, like, I just remembered that actually the father from Fullmetal Alchemist is also one of my all-time favorite villains that I forgot to put in my 3x3.
Oh, really?
So next time you guys do a 3x3, then after we do the podcast, I'll do mine.
Yeah. I actually, like, I think Father is, like, super underrated, Crash. Like, because everybody, like, hates on Father and calls him underwhelming. Like, for me, it was between Father and Scar for that placement right there. Like, yeah. Like, I also like Pride a lot.
My go-to is Bradley. He would have been my my FMA pick.
Bradley's pretty good too. I like Bradley.
I like most villains of Fullmetal. I just don't remember much of Fullmetal.
Yeah.
To properly talk about it.
Yeah.
I remember the thing I remember the most is the ending.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Father's ending is so beautiful. Like it genuinely is. I love how Father goes out. Like his arrogance and all that. But yeah.
I love it.
Right above Scar, we have Miriam. I'm not gonna talk about him because everybody like is obsessed with Miriam. So
Can't believe you put that garbage bug on this fucking list.
you know what? The more I think about it, I actually like Hisoka more than Miriam. So I don't know why I put Miriam there.
1001%. 1001%.
Miriam's cool and all, but like I low-key just prefer Ukiura, which is like a very similar character.
Well, you just don't understand that Miriam actually highlights human hypocrisy. Okay.
Yeah, totally.
You just
like,
don't
their
get it.
philosophies are different, but they're both like two characters that start out as monsters and slowly become more human as time goes on.
Yeah.
And I just prefer Ukiura's story and how it because he actually meets the protagonist, actually has a conversation with the protagonist.
Yeah, I kind of forget that Miriam never talked to Gon.
I love how we were like the dynamic between Miriam and Gon is peak, guys. It's so good. They never talk.
But you know what? I could actually. I don't know if people are actually making that claim, but I do think it'd be. I think that it would make it even more interesting that they have such a strong parallel.
They do,
and they don't like talk. I think that's super interesting.
Like Gon is becoming a monster while Miriam's becoming human-like.
Yeah,
through the story.
That is pretty good with the sauce. Actually, I do actually like Miriam, by the way. Like just for the record, I
do as well. I just think I prefer Hisoka the more I think about it. I think Miriam's top tier in my opinion, but Hisoka's better, so I'm replacing that with Hisoka.
Respect.
To the right of Hisoka
Can I just say that you put Miriam and then you just trash him and then you moved on?
Yeah, as you should. As you should.
Listen, I love Miriam's whole philosophy and how he becomes more human, and I do love his foil with Gon. Like, I do love those aspects of Miriam. But Hisoka's just so much more fun.
Yeah.
I never got to Miriam, so.
Yeah, I was making this on the fly. Miriam is peak. You'd really like Miriam, I think, Crash. She's like that overwhelmingly powerful character.
I don't think you'd like him.
To the right of Miriam, we have Itachi, the goat. Itachi's my favorite Naruto villain at the moment. I wonder if Madara will take his place. We'll have to see. But I don't know. I love Itachi's sacrifice, and like I know Itachi's most of his story, despite not seeing everything about him in Shippuden. I also really like how like him coming back in the war arc like makes a lot of sense because he did that thing to Naruto and we never really saw how like it was like handled. Like him regaining consciousness really works well with how things like there's no contradiction with Itachi coming back and having his own mind, which is why I really think nails his character there, and is why I'm really excited to see where he progresses inside the story. I love. I think he's the perfect example of somebody who's seen war and dislikes war. You know, like wants to avoid war as much as possible, but knows he has to make a choice because war is like an impending doom that he alone cannot stop. It makes it more interesting when Naruto jumps into the mixture. Like a lot of people think like Sasuke and Itachi have a beautiful like battle, beautiful like character growth on both sides. But I think what makes it like while that is definitely better, I think he also works as a good antagonist to push Naruto up. Which I think is what a lot of people don't see inside the story of Naruto, is how Itachi affects Naruto, especially in the start of the war arc. So I could ramble about Itachi for hours and hours and hours, but I'm not going to give Doofy that joy.
Wait, can I ask you a question really quick though?
What's up?
I think I know the end. Did you know about like the plot twist before you saw it, like with Itachi?
Yes, I did.
That's so sad because I remember when I first found out, you know, the scene. I think I was reading. I might have been reading weekly at that point. Yeah, I was definitely reading weekly, and just as Toby tells Sasuke everything, and the scene of him like looking out over the water crying, I'm like, that shit was like shock. I'm like, what in the? I'm like, god damn, bro. I mean, like there were little things like here and there that would have suggested it, but like just have everything come together in that moment was just like really.
I think it works really well, like as a twist. If I didn't know, because like there's the whole thing where Itachi explains like why he kept him alive, you know, like because like that was what a lot of people were like confused about, like why would Itachi, this villain, leave Sasuke alive in the scene where he's choking him, or like in various other scenes. Well, the whole reason is because he wanted his eye. Well, that's what he told Sasuke, and then we get the actual twist and what's actually going on right after from Toby. So yeah. To the right of Itachi, we're saving that one for last. So on the top, we have on the far left Makima. I love Makima for the same reason why I love characters like you watch. She's just ridiculously overpowered, and I love how she is Chainsaw Man. Like as a series, from the get-go, from chapter 1, she's been. Oh, spoilers for Chainsaw Man. From chapter 1, she's been
Everyone
controlling
knows she's a villain.
everything from behind the scenes. Like,
Yeah.
terrifying. Crash had his up there, so I'm not going to ramble on her too much, but I think we actually got the same picture.
Yeah, maybe.
She's like very eerie, and I think that's a aspect of her that I wish people like addressed more. Like especially, obviously spoilers, like later on when it's revealed that she's the control devil, and she is just like floating over all these bodies, like and connected to them by like chains. It's just so eerie how stiff her posture is, but like the way that she's positioned over everyone and being held up by like that small. It's so creepy to me. Like
She has this like terrifying aura around her.
Yeah,
and it's just so good. One thing that I think that is an underrated aspect of her character that people don't understand is the tragedy behind her character and who she is. She's this person that's always had this feeling and desire to manipulate people because she is the control devil, even though she just genuinely wants a one-on-one
Dropping
relationship.
the biggest spoiler.
Yeah, but I said spoilers at the start.
Fair.
I already dropped the
fair enough,
control.
yeah.
I already dropped the
So-
control devil spoiler.
Sorry, I was getting a phone call.
Yeah.
Didn't listen.
So like I think the big thing, like, because she has like those one-on-one connection, she really desires that. But from the get-go, two things have impacted her since the beginning of her life. Not only was she having this control devil where she desires to have this control aspect, even though she really wants a one-on-one connection, she can't have it, but also because she was indoctrinated by the Japanese government at a very young age. And it's very suddenly told to you. In the final chapter of Chainsaw Man, you see Kishibe having a conversation with Denji, and in Kishibe's conversation he talks to Denji about this new control devil and how if they had left this new control devil with the Japanese government, she would become the same thing that she became previously, that she would become another Makima. Basically identifying that from the get-go, the Japanese government has been indoctrinating Makima to want to control more, to try to take control of things more, and to save the human race, even though her method isn't the greatest. Like, I just think her character has so many different angles that you could take on from it, but she also still has that controlling, menacing, and terrifying aspect to her that no matter what, you can't say she's a good guy. Even if from her angle she believes what she is doing is good. Like, no matter what, nobody will argue any of the things that she's doing is justifiable. But like, she's just a very complicated character that I really like a lot.
Yeah, I feel like we might get more explored in part 2 with Nayuta of that other side of Makima. Hopefully, we will.
100%. I hope so too. I'm so excited for part 2.
Yeah. I wish it was out in completion right now so I could just read it all.
Same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chainsaw Man's such a good series to binge. Too.
Weekly,
That's
it's just
the
not
thing.
gonna work. I'm just gonna be constantly
no, it's great
drooling
weekly.
for more.
There's like I've read Chainsaw Man Weekly since chapter 10, something like that, very very early on. And then I binged it twice,
Nice.
and it's very different experiences. But weekly, it's really great because when you're binging it, it's the Chainsaw Man pacing. Everything just happens very very fast. But when you're weekly, each chapter has enough for you to kind of like digest and kind of like discuss throughout the week, because you know that next week something's gonna have like a big plot twist, especially towards the end. It's great.
It's interesting. That's the same relationship I have with Chinese food, because it's like when I get Chinese food, like I could just eat it like spoonful by spoonful and let the rice digest and like actually chew the rice and really savor the meal. However, what I normally do is I just fucking plow it down my stomach because I love it so much, and I get like indigestion or whatever it's called because like I don't fucking chew the rice enough and it gets like stuck here. And even though it's the best time of my life, it's you know, you still feel it all right there. So yeah.
Like Chinese food.
Yeah.
The complexities of Chinese food.
It's got Chinese food
Oh my
pacing for
God.
real.
Oh my gosh. Chinese food is very complicated, don't you realize?
I'm craving now.
Already.
Goodness gracious.
My favorite, to the right of Makima, we have Yashiro from Erased. Which in the anime does him dirty.
I didn't know he raised that villain.
He's an antagonist.
Antagonist, sorry.
Yeah, please crash.
I have no idea what Erased is. I thought it was a romance manga with a dark plot twist.
He is
Maybe-
he is the dark plot twist.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Have you not read Erased?
No, it's been on my planning for a while.
Please read it, Crash.
I want to read it.
I've only
It
watched
sounds
it.
really good.
I need to read
Well,
it.
I think like the thing with Erased is like the anime does the first like 50 chapters better, but the anime, the last 2 episodes or 3 episodes of the anime are so bad compared to the manga.
I actually don't think that they're nearly as bad as people make them out to be.
No. I'm
But-
comparing it to the manga.
Okay,
I'm
that's
saying,
fair.
Like, on their own, like I still think Erased is a 9 out of 10. Like on their
Yeah,
own,
okay.
Erased is still peak. But
Okay.
taking it from the manga perspective with how much they changed and how legendary the ending is, like I'm saying, like the Erased manga ending is as good, if not better, than the normal story. Like it's like it's like one of the best endings in manga, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm actually ordering all the volumes of Erased, and they're getting here today.
Oh,
They're-
nice.
Like
Yeah.
super expensive.
They are. They're about. They were on sale on Right Stuff, so that's why I got them.
Nice.
Because usually they aren't in stock.
Yeah.
Like the first one's not in stock. Like that's the only one I'm gonna be missing. Is the first volume of Erased. So right now it's like $200. So I'm waiting.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's okay. It's gone down. It's $80 now. To the right of Yashiro, we have, which Yashiro basically is one of my favorite antagonists because of his backstory. His backstory is amazing. one of the best backstories in all of anime and manga, if not the best. To the right is Ukiura. I really like Ukiura because of his connection to Ichigo. I don't think I could ever do Ukiura as an antagonist to justice, but there is a video made by Soul Madness who really does do his character justice. So I recommend checking that out if you guys... And like literally that video explains why I love Ukiura as a character so much. And below is Sosuke Aizen. That's because of the one line in Thousand Year Blood War where he says, "Welcome to my soul society." No, there's a lot of reasons why I love.
I mean, that's a really great example of like I think that really captures everything I like about Aizen though.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I think you're onto something with that.
Also, Aizen was right. Let's talk about it. Aizen was right.
I'm here for that convo. I'm here for this convo.
If you read Can't Fear Your Own World, you really start to realize how right Aizen was in the end, and how correct he was with his like ideals and what he wanted to do, and how he wanted to like defeat the Soul King and kill the Soul King essentially and become the new Soul King. Like the way that the Soul Society has been ran for thousands of years is horrible. Like it is so despairing. It's so dark and twisted. It's almost cruel. Like, the Soul Society, in a sense, when you read Bleach, Soul Society is not the good guys. Like, a lot of people look at the captains and they're like, they're the good guys, right? No. They're as much as villains as the villains that they're fighting most of the time. Like, Thousand Year Blood War. Sure, the Quincy are attacking them, but they committed mass genocide on the Quincy. So, like, they're very morally gray. Like the Gotai 13 and the Soul Society has always been morally gray, but it's all because they're being ran by the Royals. And the Royals run the Soul King, which is the whole reason why Aizen wants to take over the system, because of how corrupt it is. No, sure, will Aizen be as corrupt as them? Who knows? But I think just that like alone makes Aizen such a compelling character, and the fact that barely scratches the surface. I know there's like somebody wrote, I can't remember if it was their doctoral essay or not, but somebody wrote a final essay on Sosuke Aizen as an academic paper, and it is like 90 pages long of analyzing Sosuke Aizen, and it's actually genius. Like,
Did he pass?
yes, A.
God
He got an A on it. Like,
Damn.
I read the paper, and the paper is brilliant. Like,
You read all the 90 pages?
not all of them, but a good chunk of them. And the paper's amazing. I read light novels, so I don't mind reading long pages. Like, I write papers because I'm a history major. But yeah. Alrighty. Now, we saved the best for last. The My Name is Doofy guy.
Oh boy, it's the third one, folks, in the Discord. If you'd like to just open that briefly.
Alrighty.
Presenting My Name is DOOFY'S 3x3 of villains, which I think kind of surprised Crash a little bit. Are there a few in there you weren't expecting?
We share 3, Doofy.
We do,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was what I was looking at. It's like, oh, it's POXAL 2.0.
What do you mean by that, bro? Come on now. That was a good thing.
At least it wasn't Crash's 2.0. That's
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
like,
That'd be
that's
worse.
awful.
Yeah.
That's
All
the
right.
worst part.
I could
I didn't have a
blitz-
Naruto villain
True. I also am
Or a Bleach
Itachi.
villain.
or a Bleach villain. I'm sorry, guys.
But a fucking
I just
One Piece
hate-
villain.
Yeah, you put a One Piece villain, but you didn't put Aizen or Itachi.
So sad.
I thought about putting Aizen. I just still have PTSD of Aizen.
Why? What's the pista?
He planned Crash's entire life and tortured him
Yeah.
as a child. He's the bully! He's the bully that stole Crash's Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Goes full circle.
I know I rented to POXAL, which is why I didn't want to rent again. But I never rented my least favorite segment of Bleach. Because I can rant about it right now.
What is it? Oh, I'm here for it.
It's the final. Yeah, it's the final battle against Aizen. Because, and I'm pretty sure this is because I was reading it weekly already, and binging it probably is 10 times better. But it was so long and someone's gonna call me a hypocrite because I like Luffy versus versus Kaido, which is longer. But it was so long, it took about a year, and it felt like the chapters barely moved. And every single fight that he had with the captains kind of felt the same. It was like the captains pull some magic, like, oh, this is my ultra power, I'm gonna finally kill Aizen. And Aizen was like, nope, and now you lost an arm. And then she was like, no, I'm just gonna betray you with my superpower. Aizen was like, nope, fuck you. And then comes the other captain.
I get that, right? But one of the things I don't get is like the big thing with Aizen is like the way things are done is you never think like the other person has the heads up. You always know Aizen's gonna come out on top, except for one moment in the series. Because like even though like you see Hitsugai coming at him with his Bankai, you see all these captains coming at him with their abilities, like Aizen is still toying with them.
Yeah.
Until he gets killed.
Yeah. No, I get that, and my problem was, that was kind of like they would pull the plot with the power that we knew was gonna lose, and then there's a week break. There's like I have to wait a week for Aizen to beat him like I know he's gonna beat him, and then I'm gonna have to wait a week for another captain to pull their power, and then another week for that captain to lose. And it's just that's why I think it binging it. It's
on the
better.
binge. That section of Bleach is probably one of the best sections.
Yeah, but like weekly, it's just killing me.
Yeah, when you revisit Bleach, because I know you've been telling me that you're planning a reread soon. You're gonna Bleach is like so good on a binge.
I'm probably gonna love it because I remember.
Yeah, I think you'll love it like 10 times more than you like how you see the series now, just because of how great Bleach is on a binge.
Yeah, I just think you need to reread Naruto first, because I won't be able to stand you saying that Bleach is better than Naruto for that period where you've only reread Bleach, but not Naruto.
Oh, reread Bleach first, not Naruto.
I know once you reread both, you'll see the truth and the light that Naruto's better than Bleach, but when you only have that distinct weekly image of Naruto in your head, and then you've just reread Bleach, it's just not going to look good for me.
Remember,
so,
Naruto's
I need you to reread Naruto first.
Naruto's just an edgy fan fiction. That's all Naruto is.
The thing is, I'm definitely gonna read Bleach first, just because it's probably so much easier to binge Bleach than you will for Naruto. Even though they have the same amount of chapters, I think Bleach has more chapters.
No, it's shorter. It's 686, right?
Bleach has a lot of negative chapters.
Yeah.
Because they have backstory chapters and the way Kubo writes backstory chapters, he does them as negatives.
It has more volumes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was right. Because
I don't think it's by much though. I'm pretty sure like on any list accounts,
it's like
703, I think, because Naruto's 700.
Can I piss POXAL'S off?
Yeah, please.
This is like my manga shelf, like all of this. But then I have like a box here, which I'm not sure if I can even find it. There's a box here that has a couple of like random manga that I don't want to watch.
Yes, sir.
With the best Bleach character too?
Yeah. The problem
where
with this
I don't I don't see Kisuke on that cover. I see some fucking mid.
Ichimaru's best Bleach character, and you know it.
This is so old, like you can see the stains of just being old.
You should shit on it. You should spit on it. You should use it for toilet paper. Degrade the fuck out of that volume.
I think this was one of the.
At least you know it's well used.
Yeah.
I think this was one of the most recent volumes at the time when I bought it.
Yeah, Bleach is 706 chapters.
Yeah. The thing about this is the Brazilian version of Bleach. And I don't like the Brazilian volumes, because if you can tell, like, they're way thinner. This one is actually the best one that I have, because the other ones, like, I have a Shaman King one. It's just like...
Oh, Lord.
I don't like
Lord
this.
help us. It's a pamphlet.
Yeah.
It's a brochure advertising that they have manga to sale.
Yeah. So that's why I have those manga on a box.
And that's why I like
Aizen. I wouldn't mind having, like... yeah.
Wrap it up nicely. I mean, he just... Cool, smart character. Alright, moving on. I mean, I don't feel like that... I feel like some of these characters, it's so obvious why one would like them. I don't feel like I need to talk about Aizen. Like people, why I like Aizen, bro. Like just read Bleach. You know why Aizen's cool. It's that simple. I'm even gonna say the same for Itachi. Like just read Naruto. He's cool. It's like whatever. You get it. We've talked about it also, so I can kind of get away with this cheeky shoveling away of Bleach. Should I pause? I'm so
I mean, I don't care. I don't think she cares either.
All right, then hello there.
They're cool people.
Arguably. Allegedly. I wouldn't,
Yeah.
I can't confirm or deny these accusations that I'm cool.
Huh? Amina?
Oh, no, Don.
Oh. I don't know.
What is Amanon?
She's reading your bio.
Oh, yeah, that's
You have a
just,
bio?
Yeah, it just says Amanon.
Yeah, these people are famous. Doofy has like 1 million subscribers.
No, Oh, yes, I do. I do indeed.
I'm currently recording a podcast.
I'm
It's
internet
almost done.
famous. Allegedly almost done.
Yeah. Of course it is. I don't think they can hear you.
Barely. Barely.
Barely.
She wants
Is
that
this-
in the podcast.
No, I don't. I was wondering if you wanted to go get food.
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good estimate.
Alright, boys, we have 20 minutes.
I think that's very doable. That's very
I kind of
doable.
wanted to wrap earlier, but yeah.
Okay, in the middle we have Anishi from Ronin Kenshin, the main protagonist of the Jinchu arc. He is the...
The guy from Yu Yu Hakusho.
What's that?
I thought he was the guy from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh,
the
no,
guy.
Crash.
I didn't get any of this.
Crash, you're the Weekly Shonen Jump guy. How can you not know this information? Dude, it's a part of the legendary Big Three,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, Crash. I have a recommendation for you, Crash.
Mhm.
Hunter x Hunter.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay, hot take. Yu Yu Hakusho is like super vastly superior to Hunter x Hunter, and it's not even close.
I think Doofy agrees.
Yeah, I don't think it's like that big. Like I have the difference between the two is like a 0.5. Like I have Yu Yu Hakusho at 8.5.
They're close.
Hunter at an
score-wise. Like from like a standpoint of like which one I think is good. Yeah, sure. But from
Yeah.
which one I enjoyed more, Yu Yu Hakusho. Well, if we don't look at Yu Yu Hakusho's ending and like its lows, like Yu Yu Hakusho's peaks are so good.
I don't like honestly. The only lows are like in that final the Three Kings
Like,
arc. Like
yeah.
every other arc is like well, I mean I guess the introduction arc is the same quality as any introduction arc from the 90s. Not superb, but like Dark Tournament and Chapter Black are two of my favorite like arcs. Period. I really
Our tournament is so good.
Yeah.
I know it's like the most generic Yu Yu Hakusho opinion. Wait, Crash, have you seen Yu Yu Hakusho?
No. I think I have this weird memory of watching
You just like
like an episode of a show on television.
okay.
And people keep telling I described it, and people kept telling me it was Bleach, and it wasn't Bleach. And I'm especially because Bleach didn't exist at the time.
Have
But
you
I'm-
seen Level E?
No.
do you know of it?
You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I know of it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do? Just really, like, piss people off. The first Togashi manga that I'm gonna read is gonna be his rom-com manga from the 80s.
Yes, sir.
What was
Yes,
that
sir.
called?
It does exist, and I'm gonna.
I know
read
what
that.
you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. It was like a bunch of stories in one, I think, or something like that. But Crash.
Mhm.
So like, I know we thought like it was Aizen that stole your Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I'm starting to think it was Tagashi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like
There's some personal beef there because
Yeah.
first Hunter x Hunter, now Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, damn, bro, not even one of
I want
them.
to read. I want to read Yu Yu Hakusho.
I do
Just
too.
to read
Ass
that.
also. I've only watched the anime.
I've only watched it too, and I mean, like, you should just join us and watch the anime. After all, we know that that's what you prefer.
Exactly.
Crash.
Yeah.
and the
Anime
anime
crash. Yeah, we both
Yeah.
went for it. So that's exactly why I like Anishi from Rurouni Kenshin, because Crash has never read a Togashi manga.
Yeah. I learned nothing from this character.
Yeah. Well,
He has a nice mug.
I'll just briefly say something about Anishi. He is the personal character in question that I mentioned earlier from the Jinchu arc. from Kenshin's past. And what I like about him is like he is the first person we really see just fucking pummel Kenshin, both like physically and mentally. I mean, I guess we kind of see like Shishio pummel Kenshin a little bit, but Kenshin does come out on top. But like Anishi is just a strong fucker. Like, yeah, he was a strong motherfucker. Anyways, but I think the more significant thing is like in terms of why like Kenshin is his first character arc, and here we really see like the negative attitude towards his past just takes him over, like finally, because I think Anishi's the last straw. He's like, you know, you did all this fucking bad shit, you gotta pay for it. And like Kenshin was like, he shut down, like he's like, yeah, I gotta pay for it, and he just turned off. So it was like a very critical moment for his character, and it was Anishi that caused that. But then seeing him, you know, obviously come out of it and defeat Anishi, that's not a spoiler. It's Weekly Shonen Jump. We know the big bad is gonna die. Well, I don't know if he dies, so that's up in the air for all of us right now. But he's great. He's a wonderful villain. He's that MF. Under him we have Sensui. God, there's so many like Sen blanks. I think it's Sensui. I have to double check though, or else I'm gonna look like an idiot. Same thing with like I think I did a podcast once where I called Captain Kyoraku Sensui the whole time.
And Crash, guess what? This is a Yu Yu Hakusho character.
Yeah. So this is Shinobu Sensui. I don't know what to say. He's just got really cool. He's got a really great. He's got a really great dynamic with Yusuke.
You know what I did?
What'd you do?
I thought you were talking about the character in the middle. That's why I thought it was.
Wait,
I'm
what?
sorry.
Wait, what happened?
I thought you were talking about the character in the middle before. So that's why I thought it was a Yu Yu action character, because it is the character in the middle is a Yu Yu action.
Is indeed. I was talking about the middle top.
I think Crash is just covering for himself.
Yeah, that seems to be what's going on right now.
I guess I get your love for Sensui. He's just he's got his personality and his aura.
Because he's really, I mean, he's the OG spirit detective, right? And he just went the complete opposite trajectory as Yusuke. Like they both seen all like the monstrosities of like the human world, and I think Yusuke still saw something redeeming about that, but Sensui couldn't, and he ultimately kind of sided, I guess, like with the dark side. And so seeing like that kind of dynamic is really interesting. But then having them come head to head, I mean, it's a pretty like on the nose battle of ideologies. It's a little more simple, but I really like that. There's beauty in the simplicity here, I think. And yeah, Sensui. He's definitely got like this presence too, because he does have this lingering feeling that he's like the smart protagonist, unlike Toguro, who's big, strong, meaty dummy. Who I actually disagree with that take on Toguro also. I think younger Toguro is like an incredibly rich character, especially when we think about his kind of parallels with like Genkai and blah blah blah. Anyways, this is not the Yu Yu Hakusho podcast. God, it's been so long since I watched it too, so I can't do much more justice other than I guess what I've just spun.
The big three are the following: Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Level E.
True. True. So true, bestie. Then to
Crash can be the Level E fan. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, okay.
Like something I'd like.
I tried to read Level E actually, but I trust me, if you thought Hunter x Hunter was wordy, I don't.
I haven't.
Is Level E a light novel?
Practically, for all intents and purposes, it might as well be, but it's not. It's manga. It's pretty intense. At any rate, to the left we got Zeke. I don't know. He cool. He threatening. He from Attack on Titan.
You're mid.
You'll meet him later, Crash. I don't know what to say, bro. Like I'm just. We're derailing now. I'm gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. To the right of Sensui, we have Satsuki from Hunter.
From Hunter La Kill.
Yeah, Hunter La Kill. She just has like a fun character arc. Like, you know what I mean? Like she develops through her relationship with Matoi, and at the end they kind of come together and it's fun, and she realizes how corrupt her family is, and you know, blah blah blah. It's whatever.
I didn't really care for her.
I got one of these for you, buddy. Respect her. Respect, okay? Under her, we actually have... Oh, I have two Togashi villains on here. What the fuck? I didn't realize I was the biggest Togashi fan.
You're a Togashi fan?
Yeah, let's go. We got Hisoka. Hisoka's
you guys
just...
telling me that you wanted to diss Hunter x Hunter, then I can hear you all like Hunter x Hunter fans. The fuck, man?
Yeah, me and Doofy are the biggest Hunter x Hunter fans. Hunter x Hunter's the only good shonen.
Well, that's because it's soft seinen.
Yeah, it's soft seinen, so it's like the only like it doesn't count as a shonen exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I just like Hisoka for all the reasons I like Orochimaru. Hisoka's just proto Orochimaru. Not as good as Orochimaru, but pretty damn good. And Bungie Gum.
Yeah, I was about to ask, do you prefer Orochimaru or Hisoka? Because I could like
Orochimaru
oh my gosh,
all day.
Orochimaru, why didn't I put him on my list?
Yeah, he's like top 3 for Naruto for me. I almost did put him here because I feel like the one thing that Naruto, one of the biggest issues Naruto faces in the war arc is that a lot of the villains are just coming out of nowhere because of the reanimation. And because of that, they don't have like the lore behind them to give them the kind of menacing presence of like an Orochimaru. But that's exactly what Orochimaru does. Like right from the get-go in the tuning exams, like he feels menacing, he feels evil and malicious. And you always have that feeling whenever he's on the screen. But that's just noticeably gone for a lot of the war arc for a lot of villains. Like, who the fuck is Mu? Like, nobody cares about Mu. Like, he doesn't feel threatening, even though he's the, second Mizukage or something, and is apparently super powerful, knows all 5 jutsu, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. And I don't care, because... Who are you? Who are you? Right? Only, like, the diehards are gonna know all this info.
I think with the exception of a few, I'm really bad with names, but, like, the Raikage, the third Raikage, like he felt very menacing, but that's just because of the whole like they spent multiple episodes trying to build him up, like where like the Raikage was like, oh no, they're screwed, and then like we got the whole backstory with how not even the 8 tails could defeat him. So like,
I like the Naruto praise, so I'll take it. I personally disagree, but like I just like Naruto praise, so it's like whatever, bro. You can say anything good about Naruto, and I'm there. I agree. I think War Arc is an amazing arc.
We just needed more characters for Ninja Storm 5 or whatever it was.
Yeah, they just need to fill up the roster. There's so much wrong with that arc, but I still love it.
I love when Asuma comes back.
Yeah,
that whole scene. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
I think one of the best choices they made was not bringing back Jiraiya. Like, as cool as it would have been to see him fight like Kakashi or something. This was always like my dream fanfic. They bring back Jiraiya, and he finds Naruto. They have like a really heartfelt moment, and as Naruto's about to attack him, like Kakashi kind of like jumps in, or Jiraiya attacks him because he doesn't have his own like control of his will, and then Kakashi saves him, and then Kakashi's like, Naruto, go ahead, I'll take care of him. And then like I don't know, because they were always like the 2 mentors of like the 2 rivals of the series, right? And I always wanted to see like Kakashi versus Jiraiya. It'd be so fucking cool. Like that was always my second dream fight Naruto. My other one was Sasuke versus Neji in the Chunin exams. The battle of the eyes. I thought that would have been super cool, but...
until you realize that the Sharingan is just absurdly better.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sasuke couldn't use it to an absurdly better level back then, so that's why I think I specifically say that that's the era I want them to fight. Otherwise, I mean, Sasuke fucking wipes the floor with him. But I don't know, like, at that period, I think Neji might have stand a good chance, but... I don't know, I'm sure there's some scalers fucking typing in the comments right now. Well, actually, Neji couldn't beat Naruto, and Sasuke can't scale to Naruto here, therefore... And I'm like, I don't care. I hate that fucking... I hate that talk where it's... I don't know. I feel like there's a dimension of battle of, Sorry, this is a bit of a tangent, but... I feel like there is this aspect of power scaling that misses, like, the intricacies of, like, the specific fighters in a fight. Like, sure, Naruto scales this way to like Neji, but there might be some unique aspect about his like skill set that works more against a person that might have like lost Neji. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or the other. So I feel like that's always being missed in a lot of power scaling. But
it happened a lot in our oh, sorry, Chris.
Sorry, I was gonna say that happens a lot with Naruto. Naruto is very like mind fights compared to like. I mean, I think all of them are. Like, all of the big 3 are very mind fights. But I think Naruto is the most where there's thought and strategy.
Yeah. Especially, like, in the first battle between Naruto and Sasuke, Naruto is very clearly not trying to, like, kill Sasuke. But it's pretty obvious, like, Sasuke's actually trying to, like, fuck Naruto up here. Because he's just so deranged and wants power. And you have that moment when Sasuke or Naruto finally realize that, and that's when, like, you know, he turns into like the 9 tails and the fight kind of amps up a bit more. But I think things would have been very differently if Naruto actually like full forced Sasuke in that first fight. But I'm glad he didn't, because it's just so beautiful to see my favorite character of all time, Sasuke. win.
Both fights are really great. Anyways, so
Yeah, I'm always tempted to say the first one's underrated, but it's not. Everyone loves it. It's just it's overshadowed by the first one or the second one. But there's something about it that I gotta say, it feels more like a fight. Like the second one, I think is eye candy. Like it's very specifically tailored to like start up from taijutsu to go to like more medium ninjutsu, scales up to the nine tails and the Susanoo. Like it's built up in a way that's to give the reader everything they want out of a Naruto fight, and it's amazing. And there's amazing visual storytelling going on. It's an absolute mastercraft. But like Naruto versus Sasuke, it's like they're just doing whatever they can in that immediate moment in that first fight to just get that other motherfucker away, so like Sasuke can go and see Orochimaru.
How do we get to Naruto?
Who are we? What character are we talking about again?
I think we were talking
Hisoka.
about the Kill.
No, we're talking about Hisoka, and
Hisoka.
I said that Orochimaru was a better character.
Yeah.
And then we talked about his presence and how later Naruto lacked it, and then we went to the war arc. And, and then I talked about my dream fight, and the dream fight connected back to the tuning exams, which... What were we talking about again? I don't know.
Antagonists.
Something. Anyways, that's why I like Hisoka.
Yes, because of Orochimaru, which reminds you of Naruto and lets you praise Naruto.
Yeah, exactly. Every aspect every part of Naruto I can see in Hunter x Hunter I like. Because I'm like, this is going to inspire the better version of this story. I mean that. I know people want to be like, oh, Hunter x Hunter inspired Naruto, therefore better. I'm like, nah, Naruto just did Hunter x Hunter better, bro. Like
by that logic, the best manga is the first one because it inspired everyone else.
Except for Papayo? What's the one by Furuya when he didn't read anything?
Papali, I think that's the one.
Except that manga. That wasn't directly in...
Yeah.
Well, but the fact that there was even manga to be created would have had to have been influenced by the fact that there was a first manga.
You know, the first manga was inspired by caveman drawings from 10,000 years ago.
Caveman drawings 10 out of 10.
Objectively, inspired all other visual mediums.
Peak fiction, caveman drawings, peak fiction.
Yeah, because I can really see when I look at some of the caveman drawings, like the sparks that Naruto will pick up a couple, like millions of years later.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can really appreciate that about them. Yeah. That's Hisoka. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, he's just a fucking... He's got that creepy, eerie presence about him that I like in Orochimaru.
Just talk like, okay, fine.
Yeah, it's whatever. Then we have Rio from Devilman. That's the version from Devilman Crybaby, but I really like Rio in the manga as well. I
forgot who he is. I mean, I don't... The art style's completely different, so I'm just not recognizing him.
He's
the friend?
Yeah, the best friend that turns into... Spoilers for the end of Devilman. Yeah. But, yeah.
He's a good character.
He is, yeah. Dude, just the final scene is just so fucking... I don't know. The anime just misses something that was so cool about the manga. The kind of scale at the very end when like the demons are just raining from the sky, killing everyone, and fucking Akira assembles the Devilmen and the Devilman corpse, and like it's just the scale of it's so much bigger. But on the Crybaby adaptation, I mean it's a worldwide phenomena, but it doesn't feel like grand in the same way the manga did. Even though I think the endings are pretty similar, but there's something again that the manga does that I just like more, where you know Akira like just pulls up with like the suitcase, and in the suitcase is the head of that girl, and he's finally willing to let her go, and then he goes for this fucking epic fight between him and Rio, and the final scene where like Rio's like monologuing to Akira, and like he's like stroking his body, and then like you just look, and then it's his fucking body severed. It's just so cold. I love that. I don't know. I guess I just love Devilman, I guess, by the way. So
Devilman is just so insane. It's not like... I feel like there's a lot of flaws to the way the story is structured, the dialogues and everything else, but it is in a way where it's still fun. It's just so insane.
Yep. Yeah, I love it. What's his name? Nagai Go? That's the mangaka?
Go Nagai.
Yeah, Go Nagai.
Go Nagai.
Yeah, love him.
Allegedly, I don't know if it's Jump or Sunday or whatever, that didn't let him have sex because he invented ecchi, so they didn't want him to stop being horny, so they wanted him to stay virgin.
Wait, really? Like IRL?
That's a rumor, supposedly.
Okay.
I'm not. I never saw anything that confirmed it, but I've seen like
That's so
saying
funny.
something about it. So.
Okay. And then finally in the bottom left, we have Makishima from Psycho Pass. His whole character arc is just reject modernity, return to monk. But I think it works especially well in the context of Psycho Pass, where we've already seen like Akane question the whole how the morals, I guess, of like the police force is judged by like the technology, like the gun determines how like demented and evil like it's pointed the person's pointing at.
100%.
Like the fact that they just rely on the technology to determine how immoral someone is before they can like shoot them or whatever. And Akane's already like, questioning that early in the series, and then to see Makishima kind of just be very explicit on the nose about how problematic that is. Obviously, he goes to very extreme ways to kind of bring about, I guess, his goal. And Akane's kind of like internally battling, like, is this right? Because like she agrees with like the end goal, but not how he's achieving it essentially. So like kind of seeing like the mental back and forth between them on that. And also he's just so cold and like dismissive of like the actual victims that he just fucks up. So he's a really cool, very interesting victim or fucking antagonist. Perfect for Psycho Pass.
Psycho Pass is genius. Such a genius series. I love Psycho Pass.
It's great. I've only watched the first season. I wasn't motivated to carry on after. I mean, obviously the
My
conclusion
problem
of
with Psycho Pass is
Makishima.
season 3 is literally 1 hour movies. Like,
yeah, same
every
energy as
episode
like
is an
Hellsing
hour
Ultimate. Yeah,
and like it's good enough for I'm motivated to keep watching. It's just, it's hard for me to justify continuing because of the time. Even though I'll reread Bleach the next day.
that's 100% like my whole thing with anime. I just can do so much more, like with my time if I was reading manga. And there's no
Like
manga.
you could reread Naruto.
Exactly. I should continue my reread of Naruto, actually. I kind of stopped it after I got to the middle of the tuning exams, but
You know what?
I tried to make sure it was still peak, and it is.
This is like the Big 3 podcast, but really should be called like the Big 3 Tangents because
That's the fun of
went
it.
on so many tangents. It was so great though.
I wouldn't have nearly as much fun if we actually just sat down and talked about like 9 characters each for 3 hours.
Yeah,
That's boring,
Right.
that
but
wouldn't be fun. That wouldn't be fun.
yeah. I
If
think,
we did that, it wouldn't be 3 hours though. It would be like 15 minutes.
yeah,
You cut
exactly.
the tangents.
Yeah.
Especially if we cut out, like we could just cut out Crash because we don't respect his taste.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We could even put Naruto or Bleach character in his antagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lost the
Naruto.
right to opinion.
You know,
Yeah.
all the villains of Naruto are mid, so
Just like you.
and the best villain of Bleach is Kenpachi. That's my opinion.
I like that take. That's a very good take. But you know what? As a One Piece fan, I would expect you to know mid more than anyone. So, I guess I trust your
Yeah,
judgment.
that's why you just don't like Naruto or Bleach.
Yeah, it's too.
Because you only like mid. It's too
Yeah.
complicated.
It's too
for you.
peak.
complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too good.
I
You
feel
know-
like the argument that people are gonna throw at me with Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, it's too complicated for you to get it, and it kind of. The truth is, it kind of is. I read Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm like, I just don't. I just
Not
not.
that it's too complicated for you. It's like you don't care about Jujutsu Kaisen enough to put in the brain power to try and understand it. I think that's a better argument against JJK. Like I love JJK because it's complicated.
Yeah.
But sometimes like I don't want to read a series that has like that is complicated and hard to follow. Like One Piece Post-Timeskip. It's complicated and hard to follow.
Yeah. It also like complication is such an interesting topic because I think JJK is generally like a pretty simple series, but what's complicated is how it like enumerates its fucking power system in all these ways in a fine detail. And same with Hunter x Hunter. I actually disagree. I do actually think Hunter x Hunter like narratively is kind of complex in a way that something like Yu Hakusho isn't as much. But JJK I think is like narratively it's pretty fucking simple. Characters are honestly pretty simple.
Yeah.
One of the things that really
I like it though.
pissed me off was one panel of JJK where they explained, I think it was like 2 panels where they explained that in like 2 boxes of text that the character saw a punch and then he ducked.
Yeah.
And it was just so confusing because I didn't understand what was happening. And then I look at the graph because it had a graph, and it's just like the character going, whoop. Like, bro, just show the character ducking.
Yeah. That's the thing that like I both respect and hate about like Akutame and Togashi. It's because you gotta respect that they've thought this much about the power system, but as a consequence of that, they want to make sure the reader fucking knows what they're talking about, and so they go into painstaking detail to make that clear.
Yeah,
when
it's so easy to do that in a drawing.
Yeah, and from a reading perspective, it's just not as fun. Like I think, like one thing I love about Bleach is like the Reiatsu system. I think it's great because Kubo never like super info dumps you about it, but it's all there. You have to do a bit of work to make sense out of it, and like it's not nearly as complex as something like Nen, but I don't care. Like there's a beauty in its simplicity. It's well executed. It's well executed because it's never too info dumpy. It's fun. Like, I don't know, spiritual pressure, it's fun. Shikai's, bonk guys, we like it. We love it even. Yeah.
I feel like you guys have read Baki by any chance.
I have not read Baki.
Okay, so Baki is kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen. In
Sounds
the sense
mid.
that... No, let me finish.
You wanna know what Baki reminds me of, Crash? I'm sorry. It reminds me of Maki, and she thick, so... No, I'm just kidding.
Baki is thick. The thing about Baki is that the story is that these guys, they just want to punch themselves to death, like each other. They want to be the strongest guy, and to be the strongest guy, they want to punch each other to death. But there's like this narrative. There's always like a member in the audience, which is something that happens with most sports manga, where there's a guy in the audience explaining all the techniques and why the things are doing the damage that they do. And like the reason why I like Baki regardless is because Baki has like that description, and then the next 10 pages are like very bingeable of just like the guys punching each other. So you get the explanation, but you also get it like drawn in a very, very fun way.
Yes.
And sometimes you need explanations because one guy has sex and he's stronger because he has sex.
Exactly.
So you need to like, please explain.
He's been training his whole life just for that moment.
Yeah, for real.
But
it's the most insane thing.
Doofy, would you like to do us the honors of closing us out?
Yeah, this has been the Big Three podcast. We are big. We are three. My name is Doofy.
My name is POXAL.
And my name is Crash.
You can get all of our socials in the description. I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably already know us. There's nothing else to say.
Because we're very famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a million subscribers after all, so.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Videos every upload.
Hey,
And
our new video, please.
and just remember, Croc is Luffy's mom. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.